Hey, we're finally doing this. It's going to be the first official taping of the podcast. I love this microphone so much. I love it so much, and I'm excited I finally get to use it. Let's wait for everybody to get in here. Hello for everyone watching this back. Yes, if you didn't know, link is in the description box and also likely in the pinned comment. There is a podcast. The podcast will be a little bit more saucy than what I typically do on YouTube, just to let you know. So if you want to pop in, have some girl chit chat, talk about some real life things, by all means, come hang out in the podcast. Some tapings will be uploaded to YouTube, but not all of them, because it's going to be a little saucy. It might be a bit much. Chloe, you are on top of it. Chloe's like, I'm in here. I'm here. Spotlight Stealer. Hi. Thank you for the first super chat, Spotlight Stealer. Nice to see everybody. Hey, how you doing? We're so exciting. Hi. So this is the Halloween edition, the first official taping of the SovereignTEA podcast. Thank you to everyone in the Discord who have been helping me through all of my troubles and difficulties. Like, I come to the people in the Discord for everything, including naming this podcast. Like, they have helped me write my bios. They have helped me work through like personal issues. The Discord people are family. So if you're not there, you should be there. What are you doing? So as I was saying before you guys popped in here, yes, this is the first taping of the SovereignTEA podcast. Not all of the podcasts will be available on YouTube, because the podcast is likely going to be a little bit more saucy and adult than the things that I upload on YouTube. I try to keep the main channel pretty PG-13, but we're going to be talking some serious things on the podcast. So just so you know, and no, not everything's going to be pageantry, but a lot of things do pertain to pageant world. The girls are not just pretty girls in pretty dresses. So if you follow me on Instagram, which you should be, because a lot of the tea pops off on Instagram. Those of you who follow me know I spill tea all the time. I get attitudes and all the stuff on Instagram. Hi, I love seeing you guys in the chat. It's so much fun. Hey, you guys are going to be my co-host, by the way, for the podcast. So I will be watching the chat. You are my co-host. I don't need a co-host. I have you guys. So I'm at work today, right? Because I have another job that I can go to. I'm a temporary, I have temporary jobs. So I'm not like stuck at home doing nothing and whatnot. So I'm at my desk and I'm going through news articles, and I see things popping up on Instagram about a New York Post article that has been published about Miss USA. Now, for those of you who are not in pageant tea, okay, if you're not in pageant tea, I have to fill you in on the drama. And just to let everybody know, this podcast will pertain to all the monster men that have been popping out of the woodwork these last couple weeks. So this is not just pageant tea drama. Yes, we are discussing Crystal Stewart's husband and all his messy nonsense, but we will also be discussing Amouranth, the Twitch streamer who just had a meltdown on a Twitch live with her husband that no one knew that she had. And likely we will get a little bit of Try Guy madness in here, because of course we gotta, steamroll Ned just one good time, right? Because all the monster men want to come out to play just in time for Halloween. So let's go. But we got to catch everybody up who's not pageant people, who's listening to the podcast right now. They're like, what do you mean? Oh, it's going to be tea, sis. Sit down, grab some popcorn, grab a drink, get some wine. Happy Friday. So this is the deal. Crystal Stewart is or was the director for the United States Miss USA National Pageant. Last year, there were rumors around that her husband was behaving inappropriately with contestants, which is obviously a huge no-no, right? Massive no-no. I did not discuss it because I am very sensitive, number one, to the queens, and I really like Crystal Stewart. I truly do respect her, and I was very happy to have her as a director. When it comes to relationship type of stuff, nothing can damage a woman the way a man can damage a woman. And we did not have any confirmation on the type of misbehaving that was going on when it came to her husband. So I didn't have any confirmed receipts or reports. The receipts really just came out today, or October 20th. So yesterday, we're actually getting receipts of what this man was actually doing. And it was a lot worse than what honestly I assumed. My assumption was that he was being a little bit flirtatious. My assumption was that he was just being a little bit too nice to the pretty girls, and he was enjoying a little bit of attention because he had a prominent spot on the board of the national pageant. He was an important person. He's got all these young, pretty girls around him. He's just enjoying it a little bit too much. He's hugging people a little bit too much. He's getting a little bit testy like Joe Biden. He's sniffing girls and stuff. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's just making them uncomfortable. It's a lot worse than what I thought It was. And we're going to read this article because when I say I was fuming, my Instagram stories are still up. I was pissed. You guys have pictures of me at my desk reading this article because it is ridiculous. So Crystal's husband is the first man we're going after, and I do not fault Crystal one bit. This is the most humiliating thing a man can do to a woman, is to go to her job and be messing with other women at her job. Not only just other women, her subordinates. This is a horrible look and incredibly embarrassing. They are married. They have children. I never wanted to really discuss this until I had concrete evidence, because this is a serious real life matter. And like I said, there's nothing that can break a woman like a man can. To have your man, it's one thing to just to be trying to cheat on your wife, but to embarrass her publicly. This is her second year having Miss USA, and she's already going through some rocky stuff. For you to be embarrassing her publicly, for you not to be the man that she needs, you're supposed to protect her. And he put her in this vulnerable position. Oh God, I can't stand her husband. I cannot stand her husband. Let's read this article so that we're all on the same page. Yes, I will. I have gone through this and I just can't believe what I'm looking at, but we're going to read it again. I'm going to read it again. Some of you are hearing this for the first time. I'm going to say it out loud for the people on the podcast. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ex-Miss USA exec sent contestants unwanted explicit sexual messages as organizers accused of rigging the pageant. So the tea was, before even this, we started talking about this, there was controversy about Miss USA, the class of, 2022 and the year 2022 being rigged in favor of Texas. Texas was my number 4 on the list. So I'm not batting too much of an eye on her win, because this is not the most outrageous crowning I've ever seen from the United States. Okay, let's be honest about that. But there's clear favoritism. I do not dispute what the girls have seen. Pageants play favorites a lot. It's very obvious, and it's one reason that I just did not want to compete anymore, because I've seen it firsthand. So I'm not disputing them whatsoever. Going as far to say it was rigged, I would need concrete evidence of that, but I do not dispute the fact that they likely were playing favorites. So that's the background tea to this. The beauty pageant is getting ugly. Multiple sexual misconduct allegations are quickly amassing against former Miss USA Vice President Max, Seabirch? What's Max? We're just going to call him Max. Is Crystal's husband. To the National Director of Miss USA and Miss Teen USA, Crystal Stewart, while the pageant is also being investigated over claims of rigging. Max allegedly sent this isn't even alleged. Why are we saying alleged? We have the proof, okay? Max sent sexually explicit messages to multiple contestants as seen in screenshots obtained by the Post. Some declare he's looking for a no strings attached relationship and include a graphic video said to be of him pleasuring himself. Max, you're stupid. You're an idiot. Look. You're going to publicly embarrass. You have the gift of Crystal Stewart on your arm. Let me tell you, some of these men are just dumb. Like, you guys are just absolute imbeciles, okay, to do this. You have the pleasure of having a crowned or former queen on your arm. And Crystal, she's 41 years old and she looks amazing. Like, she's stunning. She's a powerful, strong, she's a good woman. I have watched her through the years, even before she became a director. She's a good woman. And even Max says, in some of these text messages we will read, he absolutely loves his wife. It really seems like he just got bored. But you idiot, you're looking for a no strings attached type of relationship at her job, you moron. At her job. There's nothing but strings there. Nothing. This is a dream catcher. You are looking for a no strings attached relationship in a dream catcher. There are strings everywhere. Every one of these girls is attached to her. Every one of these girls knows who your wife is. This is her job. I have the crown of shade on right now, if you don't know. Okay. I have no respect for this man. This is the lowest of the low. Like, you didn't even think this thing through at all. You are 100% thinking with your smallest head. All right. Ridiculous. The Miss USA organization declined to comment to the Post about Max, but did once again deny claims of rigging, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Y'all should have addressed that a while ago. It never even should have spiraled out to the point that it's gotten. Miss Universe, the global competition that Miss USA winners go to participate in, told the Post the organization was made aware of the allegations against Max regarding his behavior towards the 2021 Miss USA contestants in December. Like I said, I do remember these rumors going around, and I am going to have to fault a little bit of the queens for this, okay? I'm going to have to fault a little bit of the queens for this. Y'all 2021 competitors should have blew this man out of the water. They should have aired him out publicly. First, you take it to Crystal, Okay, you go to Crystal first, then you go to Paula. But if Crystal and Paula do not want to address the allegations or because these girls had proof, they have text messages, they have video evidence. This is not a lie. They have the proof. So if Crystal and Paula don't want to do anything about it, your girls should have aired him out. You should have aired him out. And at the very least, you could have anonymously sent the receipts to either a news agency or any of the YouTubers who got your back, because it's not even just me. You guys have avenues to do this, and you didn't. He should have gotten exposed last year. So I'm faulting these supposed outspoken women for not doing their damn jobs. There is no reason he should have been walking the halls of Miss USA beyond December. Like you should have had him on lock. It is ridiculous. We're just now getting the receipts. Ridiculous. That is one thing I am going to say as supposed role models. Okay. You guys should have showed younger women what to do in situations like this. Air him out, sis. Unacceptable. This man has not only disgraced his wife, he's disgraced the Miss USA pageantry organization. The United States is rolling all through the pageant mud right now because of two controversies going on that he had part in. Like, come on. We're here continuing on because there's so much we need to get to in this article. Upon learning this, the Miss Universe organization conducted a review which resulted in Max being completely removed from any affiliation with the Miss USA organization in January of 2022. Okay, 5 months later, 5 months after he had been removed. I was going to say 5 months later. What the hell? 5 months after he had been removed. In June 2022, the Miss Universe organization was made aware that Max had an extramarital relationship in 2018. In which graphic text messages and images were exchanged 2 years before his wife, Crystal Stewart, was awarded the Miss USA license. So Max is a cheater, a habitual, perpetual cheater, a consistent cheater. That's one thing he is dedicated to, is cheating. Okay. That's one thing that he does. And as we get through this, you'll see how damn comfortable he was with doing this, which shows me that 2021 was not the first time that he's encountering pageant queens. The moment he got in the vicinity of pageant queens, he was misbehaving. Clearly that's what was going on. I gotta breathe because wait till we get to what I want to get to. At least 4 women received sexual advances from Max in 2021. One contestant alleged to the Post, while an anonymous whistleblower claimed over 8 women had been hit on since 2008, when Stewart was crowned Miss USA, joined the organization with her husband. Wait, what? Hold on. Wait, I'm going to reread that. At least 4 women received sexual advances from Max in 2021. One contestant alleged, while an anonymous whistleblower claimed over 8 women had been hit on since 2008, when Crystal was crowned Miss USA. I'm sorry, have you been hunting pageant queens since 2008? Is that what I'm like rereading this and it's processing in my brain? You have been on the prowl for pageant queens since Crystal won? Trash Bandicoot. My brain is processing. I've always wanted to at least tell you that I felt deeply attracted to you despite of my personal situation, reads one email Max allegedly sent a contestant. Maybe we could try something, but definitely with no strings attached. And of course, this is between us, okay? Later in the same email chain, he allegedly writes, I was terribly attracted to your looks, of course. Those tights you were wearing looked awfully sexy on your tight body. I'm at the office right now. I'll send you a pic tonight, he reportedly continues. Unless I run to the restroom, the thought of imagining you in those tights without underwear has quite an effect on me. Max. You, this moron, this idiot. He deserves to be dragged to filth. The embarrassment, the level of embarrassment to be going after women that your wife works with. You want to hurt her? Like, you didn't even go to the lengths of even trying to hide it. You went after competitors? So we have the proof here. It's in the proof, okay? It's in the proof. What does this say? Okay, I was worried. I would have never thought it would be my thing, but you definitely got me there with your penetrating eyes. I've always wanted to at least tell you that I felt deeply attracted to you despite my personal situation. So we have the actual, what is this, text message or an email here with his photo in it. With his photo in it. For those of you listening on the podcast, Max is standing here completely shirtless, trying to flex his non existent abs to somebody. They right there. They right there. Mm-mm. Oh my God. According to the screenshots reviewed by the Post, numerous women allegedly received messages and advances from Max before he and Stewart separated that the receivers deemed inappropriate. Oh, no, you think? You think? Inappropriate? You think? Yeah, it's a little graphic. Oh, it's going to be a graphic day today. That's why this is for the podcast, okay? Because we need to have a full discussion about this. Yeah, he got a little graphic. This is highly inappropriate to be sending. Why do you even have the contact information for these competitors? Number one. But to then be stupid enough to be sending out your photos. And this is once again, I am questioning why we're just now seeing this, because the first thing these girls should have did was run directly to Crystal Stewart. What happened here? And this is another point, is that some women seem to think like when another woman's man is interested in them, some women seem to, they get the feeling as if they're special, right? Because Max had some sort of authority. He was, somebody that they looked up to. He was connected to Crystal, someone that had a lot of admiration. So to be getting this attention from Max would kind of make some women be like, ooh, I'm a little bit special. And I'm not, trying to shade any of the Miss USA girls whatsoever. I'm not talking about them when I talk about this. When us as women encounter side chicks, when we see either stories of our friends going through it or we're just looking at Facebook and messy stories, side chicks, for whatever reason, always think that they're special. They always, kind of hype themselves up. Well, he wants me and not you, right? But Max here was going after multiple women. He was going after multiple competitors. He didn't even care. It's not like he found one girl that was special or two women that were like, oh my goodness, I got to get you a number. He 4, 5, 6, he had multiple. He just wanted one and he didn't care which one he got. He did not care which flavor. He just wanted something. I'm sorry. Like, I do not hate men. Okay. I am 100% straight and men are amazing. I'm probably going to marry one day, but some of y'all are trash. Some of y'all are garbage. Not even garbage, because that's fancy trash. You just trash. Like you raccoon trash. Like you like roadkill, side of the road, been ran over, holes in the bag trash. You're that type of trash. This is gross. And Crystal did not deserve this. This is just disgusting. Contestants reportedly filed complaints to Paula Shugart, the president of the Miss Universe organization, and informed her of Max's alleged behavior. And now they claim they were reportedly met with inaction, which is why I say you girls should have aired him out. You should have aired him out. What are they? They're not going to take your crown for that. They can't. The fan base would have you back. And I have to thank, what's her name? Miss Montana. I can't think of her name right now, but you know who I'm talking about because she's been airing the Miss USA organization out this whole month. Miss Montana has proved my point, because she's been running her mouth all up and down Instagram and social media platforms as she should. Okay? But no one's trying to take her crown. And if anybody did, it would make headline news because she's protected by the fan base. I keep telling girls how much power that they have, how much protection they truly have, and y'all don't want to listen. But Miss Montana just proved my point. You guys are much more powerful than you realize. A lot of these girls are so scared that someone's going to snatch their crown off their head. This girl has been doing everything all of you guys were afraid to do, and look at her. No one's taking her crown. Heather O'Keefe. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You're amazing. It is Heather. And Heather, yeah, she's proving my point. This is why I get so upset with pageant girls for being so silent, because I'm like, what are you afraid of? No one's going to snatch your crown. Because imagine what would happen if they tried to snatch Heather's crown tomorrow. Imagine what would happen. It would be another scandal. It would make headline news. Everybody would come out in her defense because she's justified in speaking out. No one was going to be mad at these girls for speaking out against Max at all. And what I don't understand is at the end of the pageant competition, because I understand why girls are like, oh, I didn't want to say anything. I don't want to put my chances at winning in jeopardy. I get that. Fine. But by the time that pageant comes to an end, why was somebody not at Crystal's door? I would have hounded that woman. I would have thrown pebbles at her window. I would have stood outside her dinner table. I would have hopped barriers and fences to get to her, to let her know that her man is trash and show her the proof. Where was the pageant sisterhood? Your director needed some help. And from what I'm seeing, you guys, like, what? Why did it take Paula even getting involved? Why? Y'all do me a solid. I better be told. Okay, you consider yourself having respect for me. You ever catch me in a relationship and you catch somebody I'm in a relationship doing some nonsense, bring it to me. Bring it to me. I don't care how you bring it to me. Paste it on my car door, leave a note, slide it under my hotel room door, do what you, fly a kite into my house, slide down my chimney. Do what you got to do. I want to know, because I can't be embarrassed publicly. This is horrendous for Crystal. It's one thing to have this done in private, but to have it spread across social media, the news, articles with your man's naked bare chest being put out in the public. I am appalled at this behavior and horrified for Crystal. Horrified for her. What is this long, I was attracted to your body, awfully sexy on your tight body. So they got all his receipts. Max is just done. He's just done. A lot of it was just disregard, said Kern, who claimed she did not personally receive messages from Max, but contestants who did confide in her did, I guess. We were reaching out to people. We were reaching out for directors, and it was all brushed under the rug. Once again, Miss Outspoken Women of the World, where was it should have been a Power Rangers team up. Y'all should have called Avengers mode. Okay, Avengers Assemble, and everybody should have went live at the same time and aired his butt out. This should never have been. Where's our warrior queens, right? These women want to sit up here and tout women's empowerment all the time. But when it comes time to actually empower some women, where are y'all? Y'all are hiding behind the scenes, asking your mommy and daddy directors to help you. Heather, thank you. Heather, thank you for showing the girls what's supposed to be done and the fact that it can be done without you losing your crown. I've been out here flapping my gums for years at this point, and for whatever reason, they still think they're going to get canceled over the most minuscule thing. I really hope that nothing like this ever happens again, because the queens themselves should have stepped up. Yes, the director should have been there to protect you. Absolutely. But when your director fails, you're the queen. You're the figurehead. You're the one that the fans are looking forward to for, an example. You're the one. Do your job. Do your job. Hell, some of you gave up your crowns. You had nothing to lose. You still could have spoke up and didn't. Like, what the hell? Somebody should have went live with this. It shouldn't have been the post. It shouldn't have been. The email alleges that contestants were told, supposedly by Shugart, not to repeat their experiences. Or what? Or what? That is, and I have respect for Paula, okay? I understand that she's trying to protect the brand. But or what? Once you give up your crown, what is Paula going to do to you? You're retired. You're done. What's she going to do? What? What is she going to do to you if you don't have a crown for her to strip you of? Then what? That's what I'm saying. You guys, I swear, the collective weakness of the queens sometimes. I love y'all, but this never should have happened. And advised to delete the sexually explicit texts by this married man. Y'all should have aired him out. I'm saying you should have aired him out. I can't believe this. I can't believe that y'all. Okay, so this is one of the girls, Miss Wyoming, who is very cute. She's cute. So apparently we're looking at more text messages of what Max is sending different women. It's not the same woman, because Max doesn't care as long as he gets himself a woman, right? He just wants another queen on his arms. Can't be satisfied with Crown Miss USA. He's got to go out and embarrass her. A pageant insider claimed to the post that Shugart herself. A pageant insider claimed to the post that Shugart is self-serving and has no concern about the young women competing. I did not say this, Paula. I am reading the article. I'm just reading it. It's no surprise that this was swept under the carpet, they said. Honestly, it's not a surprise. They wanted to protect the brand. But the thing is, the brand wouldn't have gotten any backlash. Had the girls aired him out, no one would have looked at the Miss Universe organization at all. This is a Miss USA problem, and it's primarily the man's problem. As long as he gets kicked out and dealt with, nobody would have faced blowback. No one is going to fault Crystal for what her husband is doing, because I'm sure she's not happy about it either. It's not like she solicited him to go out and be stupid. He's just being an idiot publicly. No one's going to fault her for that. If anything, she should be tag teaming him with the rest of the girls. Everybody should be after him. There would have been no blowback on the organization up until they decided to cover the whole thing up and then stay silent, because then it's a problem. For y'all to be harboring supposed empowered, outspoken women, you are charged with their protection. These are young women that you are charged with. To sweep something like this under the rug is beyond inappropriate. It's beyond embarrassing. Like, this is an egregious oversight. Egregious. The anonymous email from this June came six months after Paula Shugart was supposedly notified of Max's inappropriate advances. 6 months. 6 months. That man should not have been able to leave finals. He shouldn't have been able to leave his hotel without getting aired out publicly. It never should have happened. I don't understand. The anonymous whistleblower who sent the email said the company reportedly knew of Max as a sexual predator. This is according to the article, and alleged it attempted to cover up to protect him and his wife and colleagues. It shouldn't have come to light through a whistleblower. This was a missed opportunity. You think? The Queen should have did it. A former Miss USA state director for California and New York told the Post. Well, at least somebody's speaking up. Thank you. Who is it? Keith Lewis, former Miss USA state director. So nobody current is speaking up, spineless. If you're an organization that supports women, then why not walk the walk as well? That is what I'm saying. This is what I've been preaching. Those of you in the chat have heard me preach this for so long. If you're going to be an outspoken woman, you walk the walk and talk the talk. Open your mouth and say something. There was 51 competitors, a lot, and these girls are messy. Okay. I'm a woman. Okay. We dish and dabble in the tea. Y'all are messy and you're all in the same group chats. So even though 8 women, supposedly 4 or 8, something like that, more than one woman got advances from Max. I know you told your friends. I know you told other women. It's in this article that she told other women. So a good large majority of the Miss USA competitors from last year knew, and not one of you said anything. But you are empowered, outspoken women. I love pageant queens, but I have to be fair. I got to be unbiased and call you on your BS. This is bullshit. Absolutely not. I'm horrified that something like this happens, because this is such a common occurrence for women, is to be dealing with the inappropriate and sexual advances of men. Sexual assault is such a big thing, such a big discussion in the world today. The whole Me Too movement, all of this, we have been trying to empower women and get women to speak out against their abusers. We're trying to get women to speak out against men who do them wrong. This was something that was discussed in videos for the competition for Miss USA last year. So that lets me know that a large majority of these women were lying to the face of a camera, because they did a whole little mini documentary of the girls addressing their own sexual assault encounters, sexual harassment. They were talking about it. And it's really hard for me to come to terms with the fact that I just feel lied to. There was absolutely no reason that even after these girls handed over their crowns, they couldn't have come out and said something. I'm stunned right now, honestly. And yes, it shouldn't have come from a whistleblower. What the hell? Max apparently took a photo of some of these women in bikinis outside working out. I'm looking at that right now. They're in black bikinis, black tiny bikinis, nothing but black tiny bikinis outside working out, legs spread and stuff. And then he messages one of the women on Instagram. Thank you for being a beautiful little sunshine throughout our hectic but magical weekend. Gorgeous pictures too. So glad we got to capture all these special moments. Already missing your good vibe. I mean, this is a little weird, but I wouldn't, if it was only this message in this photo, him as a director is kind of to be, spreading propaganda for the organization. So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But the rest of this is a whole no. Crystal looks amazing in that photo. She looks great. The messages said to be from 2016, 2018, and 2021 reveal Max's inappropriate communication with contestants, which were unwarranted and unwanted, according to the whistleblower. Did you hear that correctly, everyone? 2016, 2018, and 2021. Do you think he just happened to take a break at 2017 and 2020? Do you think he took a break? I don't think he took a break. I just think somebody didn't come out with the receipts. Max has been cheating on Crystal. Period. And he brought that crap into the Miss USA organization, and the directors and the girls themselves let him stay far longer than he should have. They claim the messages put the women in positions of fear, scared that they wouldn't advance in the competition if they didn't react positively to Max's alleged advances. I understand that. But I want to know what happened as soon as you guys walked out of those doors. As soon as the competition was over, why was everybody still silent? I'm calling BS. The age ranges of the people he's attempted to communicate were everywhere. This is a man who also had contact with the Miss Teen USA contestants as well. Think about that. Okay, because Miss Teen USA it's held together. Miss Teen USA is held one day, and then the next day I think it's Miss USA. Like, he had access to the teen girls as well. So I'm concerned. Messages sent through social media show Max is reported telling one contestant he missed her good vibes, sending the photo. Yeah, I remember that. We saw that. What's this? More messages, Max? My God. My goodness. I was under the impression. Oh my goodness. Wait, what? Hold on. Where are these messages? Because there is one message where a girl did call him out on the fact that he was making sexual advances. And she's like, what about your wife? I did read that earlier because I was at work fuming. I was at work pissed, you guys. Oh my goodness. All right, let's continue. This is a long article. I was under the impression that you looked at me as if you were going to eat me up like Godiva chocolate ice cream. An alleged email to another contestant reads, because we're going through different contestants here. Okay, he was going after different women in the same competition with each other. Max is just like, come on, man. When the contestant asked about Crystal Stewart, Max allegedly said he loves his wife more than anything, but was interested in pursuing an intimate relationship with no strings attached. At her workplace, you idiot. What do you mean no strings attached? You're at her goddamn job. I had to get away from the microphone because I needed to yell. I want to throw hands at this man. And we're going to talk about other men because the men have been coming out of the woodwork this week, acting a fool, embarrassing their wives and girlfriends for no good goddamn reason other than the fact that they just want a little bit of attention from other women. Y'all are some attention whores. Like, women like attention to the extent they like people to compliment them. They like people to compliment their outfits. They just like eyes on them. But they don't want nobody touching them. They don't want nobody all over them. Most women could care less. Not the Teen USA girls. I know. I cannot believe this. Like, this is, oh my God. But he says he loves his wife more than anything. Apparently you love your dick more. I'm going to assume. Why would you, the fact that, I mean, if you're going to cheat, which I do not, I can't stand a cheater. I've been in the situation once before myself, and it's gross and it's disgusting and it's the most hurtful thing you can do to another woman. But if you're going to cheat, why would you do it so publicly? Why would you not at least try not to get caught? If you truly supposedly love your wife, why would you put her in the position to not only hurt her, but embarrass her? Because now the media's going to run with the thing that, you know, her husband was chasing after younger, allegedly more beautiful women, which Crystal Stewart is a stunner. But even still, you're running after 22, 23, 24-year-olds. Crystal's 41 and she still looks like she's 25. But like, this is beyond insulting. This woman birthed your kids. And I'm not, it shouldn't even matter, regardless of she had kids for you or not. This is your wife. This is your wife. Sad this stuff happens behind the scenes in pageants, and we may never know. We should know. And this is, I did a video and it's on the podcast of the Miss USA drama and all that stuff. And we were talking about how there's a necessary need for transparency. We need more transparency from everybody. The girls were like, we want more transparency. This is why, because this stuff shouldn't be swept under the rug, because these things should be known. The organizations would be more inclined to deal with this stuff if they had a fear of the girls actually speaking up for themselves like they should. See, the reason Paula Shugart, Crystal Stewart, other directors were not willing to necessarily intervene immediately is because they know a lot of the queens spineless weak. Spineless and weak. Sorry, girls, I got to call you on it. Spineless and weak. They know that all the flowery language that y'all put out into the world is bullshit. They know when it comes down to it, you're not going to say anything, so they don't have to do anything. There is no threat to them because you do not imply a threat. You're not going to fight, except for Heather. Heather came packing this year. Thank you, Heather. Y'all gonna learn this year, okay? It needed to happen. It needed to happen. If there was an actual threat of so-called empowered women actually standing up, the organizations would have no choice but to intervene Otherwise, they're going to get dragged by their own contestants. These girls have way more power than they think they do. You're not going to get dethroned. Not for speaking up for something like this. You know why? Because the mainstream media would swoop you up and carry you like a baby, and you would go far in life. It wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter. The publicity that you would get off of that and the damage control the organizations would have to do for dethroning a woman who spoke out against sexual assault, it would never happen. Never. But y'all sat there and said nothing. I cannot believe it. The hater nation, probably. We probably will talk about them, but not today, because we're trashing shitty men today. I've had it with the Try guys. We're going to deal with the Amouranth situation, because these messy men coming out here disrespecting women. And this is the problem. Okay. This is the thing. These pageant queens are supposed to be an example to other women. You're supposed to show other women how to get out of these messy situations. You're supposed to show these women that it is okay to speak up for themselves, so that they don't end up in Amouranth's position over here crying. This woman has been going through abuse by her husband for years. For years, she was terrified to speak up for herself. Did not have access to her own bank accounts. She's been going through hardcore abuse. We will listen to the video. We're listening to that video today. But these are the women y'all are supposed to help, and you're setting a bad example by sitting there and taking the damn abuse. Where was the example? Y'all didn't even come out for Crystal. Hell, at least protect her. Protect Crystal. This is not her fault. It's not her fault. She's a victim as much as the girls that receive these damn messages. This is, my God. My brain, you guys, my brain. Oh, let's see. When the contestant asked about Crystal Stewart, Max said he loves his wife. You don't like, what are you just bored? You're just bored? Like, I don't understand when men get bored in relationships, because you can't blame your wife unless your wife truly is not just trying to associate with you, spend time with you, be around you. Because I understand how relationships can break down. I have on my channel, we talk about relationships on my channel, and we will continue to talk about it because it's fun, it's messy, and it's just entertaining, and it's something that impacts everybody, because no matter if you are straight, lesbian, gay, whatever, everybody eventually gets into a relationship. Hopefully, don't be an incel, okay? That would be weird. But it's something that we can all relate to. So we talk about relationships. I understand how a relationship can start falling to pieces when you no longer have that sexual chemistry. You don't have that sexual intimacy. I get that. But there, according to Max here, he loves his wife. There's no problems. He's basically just bored. And we read that later in the article. He's basically just bored. And honestly, I'm going to say that's a you problem. I'm going to say that is a you problem. You can't blame that on your wife. Number one, you should take it up with her. But if you're bored, then find a way to entertain yourself. Okay. When I'm bored, right? If I'm in a relationship, let's say I'm in a relationship and I'm just like bored, which I never get bored because I know how to entertain myself. If I want something to do, if I have a boyfriend and he's off doing something, he's sitting on the couch watching football or something, and I'm bored, I'm not going to go ask permission. I'm going to go hop on his lap and harass the hell out of him. I'm going to kiss his face like Pepe Le Pew. Put my lips all over him, and he's just going to have to tolerate it. If I'm bored, when my husband comes home from work and I need something to do, I'm truly that bored, I'm going to have him a steak dinner cooked, and I'm be laying on the counter naked and serve him dinner off of my bare chest. Bam. Just, if you're bored, it's because you're boring. It's you. It's not them. If you want to do something fun, then do something fun. Max, like, I don't know, have sex with your wife on the kitchen floor. When's the last time y'all went into the bathroom? Hell, get it on in the car. Like, what is the problem? You are just boring. Do not blame your wife. Crystal Stewart is an amazing, like, a magnificent woman. She's stunning. She's a stunner. Ain't nothing wrong with her, which he admits. So I'm like, this is a you thing that you need to address. I cannot stand a cheater. Now I will say, okay, those, because I know some messy people. I understand the messy people. So if you're one of the people that got cheated on and then cheated in what as a revenge, if it was a revenge cheat, okay, if you're a revenge cheater, meaning like your man cheated on you and you were just like, well, forget him and we two can play that. I'm not blaming revenge cheaters. Okay. Fair is fair. Fair is fair. I don't care. Eye for an eye. I'm letting the revenge cheaters off the hook. But if you're just a cheater, just why? Just why? Just go play your whole life. Just go be a hoe. Go be a hoe. It's fine. We live in 2022. No one's going to judge you for it. If you want to be a hoe, go be a hoe. Live your whole life. Live your whole fantasy. All right? And I get it. Like, when you're in a relationship, you're a sexual being, but you take that up with your partner. Why do you need to step out? If you need counseling, get counseling, because understanding sexual intimacy can really, it's the lack of sexual intimacy can really disintegrate a relationship. An otherwise very good relationship can come to an end simply because of the lack of sexual intimacy. That is something that needs to be addressed with your partner, not outside parties. Because that outside parties aren't going to make anything in your actual relationship better. You realize that, right? Like bringing somebody else in isn't going to do anything. And I know it's a lot harder when you're in a marriage. We are talking about Crystal Stewart's husband, the director of Miss USA, being caught cheating with contestants. That's what we're talking about. Someone said they popped in late. We just queuing you in, okay? Yeah, Crystal Stewart's husband out here cheating with contestants, and the contestants let it happen and didn't say anything. And I'm more than a little disappointed. I'm real tired of the I'm a powerful, outspoken woman, but let me sit here in silence while other men sexually harass my pageant sisters. Y'all have lost your minds. I respect pageant queens, but you guys are really just like chipping away at my level of respect for you. Like the pedestal that I put pageant queens on, you're chipping little by little. It is disintegrating, turning to dust, because nobody I'm seeing is standing by what they say. I feel very freaking lied to. Wait, cheating too? Yes. Were you not here? We're reading the article. This is a New York Post article. He has been cheating and going after contestants since 2016. And the girls from 2021 knew about it and had the receipts and did nothing. Around that time, oh my God. Okay, here we go, because I'm about to go off. The recipient of those messages, who claimed they met at the Miss Texas USA 2016 competition. Okay, are you guys hearing this? He met a girl, a competitor, at the Miss Texas USA 2016 competition. He's been going after competitors. Okay, this person told the Daily Mail anonymously that she and Max allegedly traded explicit photos, but that she regrets the interaction and feels that she was exploited. Girl, stop. She claimed she received messages from Max following her unsuccessful attempt at placing in the competition and noticed him staring at her the whole week. Around that time, I was very young and impressionable, she said. I think he knew the power he had in that position, especially considering a lot of us girls looked up to Crystal, and he used that. Bullshit on every sentence in here. It says anonymous. I would call this girl out by her name. Bullshit. You had respect for Crystal. A woman who truly had respect for Crystal, the moment you saw that man eyeing you, you would have had something to say. You never would have fed into that. What you liked was the attention that very special man was giving you. It made you feel special. It made you feel big. This was before he was on the board of Miss USA. This is back in 2016. He didn't have no power other than the fact that he was Crystal Stewart's husband. That was it. You liked the attention, and then you fed into it, because she said she traded explicit photos with Max, and she doesn't go on to tell us how long this happened. She does not tell us how many photos, how long this was going on. But she admits that she participated in it. Sure, you regret it now because it was stupid, but to sit here and say I was very young and impressionable at the time, I gotta back away from my camera for a moment, or my microphone for a moment. Bullshit. You gonna step on a pageant stage and profess to be a leader of women, right? You're gonna try to take the Miss Texas USA crown and take your butt to a Miss USA competition. You're trying to be a Miss Universe, but you're gonna use the excuse, I was very young and impressionable at the time. Then what the shit were you doing on a pageant stage trying to be a leader of women? What were you doing on a pageant stage trying to be a leader of women if you fully believe you were young and impressionable at the time? You had no business being a competitor whatsoever at all. How are you trying to be a queen, but you're so young, fragile, and impressionable? I do not, and I have said this many times, I do not accept the excuse from anyone at any time, even a teenager. You better be under the age of 15. I do not accept the excuse. I was young and impressionable. I work with kids. I work with kids. I work with middle schoolers, in fact. And I'll be sitting in the office in these middle schoolers, and these kids get sent to detention or something because they got into a fight, and I'll ask them what happened. And you know what some of these middle schoolers tell me? And it's very laughable because they're middle schoolers. They're in here crying in the principal's office saying, well, my girlfriend cheated on me with this man. My girlfriend cheated on me. First of all, you know middle schoolers ain't doing no for real cheating, okay? Like, what did she do? Wear somebody else's hoodie? But even still, the middle schoolers know it was wrong, okay? In fact, the sixth graders know it's wrong. The children know what cheating is, and we all know it's wrong. We're all in our 20s here, okay? Let's not beat around the bush. We're not going to be like, oh, I was young and impressionable. Okay, we're all in our 20s. So as someone who's in the young and impressionable category with you, I call bullshit. I was never that stupid. And don't disrespect the rest of us who know better. Accept the fault on your own behalf of what you did. You had participation in this. You sent explicit photos to a married man. And I promise to God, I could go ask a 15-year-old about doing something like that, and they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. I hate this excuse. I hate it. I was young and impressionable. I would not accept this excuse from teens. Understand, if I'm on a judging panel and I have teens in front of me, any one of them ever uses the excuse, I was young and impressionable, we're not giving you a crown. If you're so young and impressionable, if you're that fragile and you're that like mentally unprepared, we cannot put you in a position of leadership. You understand that, right? You do not belong here. I said this when we talked about the teen girl who was being racist and stuff. And she's like, I was young. I didn't know any better. Well, sis, then you have no business being in a teen competition trying to be a leader of other teens if you're so easily influenced. You are a grown woman, marriageable age, okay? I bet you wouldn't be copping this type of attitude if you were in Crystal's position, though. If you were in Crystal's position and you had a man that you loved and you found out he was cheating on you, and the other girl who participated happily in the experience goes, I was young and impressionable at the time. You're not having it. I guarantee you're not having it. So I'm not having it either. I do not ever, from a woman, ever. Don't anybody ever expect me to take it, because I won't take it from a woman who's 22. I will not take this excuse from someone who's 16. You knew better. You knew better. All these, the little racist girl who was doing racist TikToks, she knew better. She did. Okay. You know how I know? Because I work with kids. And I was a kid and I knew better. I knew better. I remember my friends in middle school getting into fights because they were supposedly with some guy and some other girl was trying to talk to them. Like, we're going to call BS on the I was young and impressionable. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Gloves off. I told you. And I did say the podcast was going to be a bit much, didn't I? Well, I was right. Another contestant recalled her own experience with Max to the Daily Mail, claiming the 42-year-old delivered a costume to her hotel and kissed her on the corner of her mouth twice before leaving. You knew it was wrong. Everybody knew it was wrong. Now, I understand if he's delivering a costume, that means the competition hasn't started yet. But like I said, once that competition was over, y'all should have hung him out to dry. You should have hung him on a clothesline and beat him with a wooden paddle. It should have been over for him. It should have been done for him. And you guys could have, like, honestly, a lot of these women are thinking about their own crowns and protection. You guys could have saved Crystal a lot of pain and suffering. She's been going through a lot, arguably a lot, as the Miss USA director. It has not been easy for her. You could have saved her this little bit at least. At least. I remember freezing in that moment. I knew that it was something that should not be happening, the second anonymous contestant said, noting how comfortable Max was while behaving inappropriately and citing concerns for other women. The only thing that was going on in my head was, are you stupid? You are not only the co-owner of this organization, you are married to Crystal Stewart. Crystal is an icon in the pageant world. She was my personal icon. My sentiments exactly. That is exactly my sentiments. Are you stupid? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. You are putting yourself in the position for lawsuits. You're putting your wife in the position of lawsuits and public embarrassment. Her crown is tarnished because of this man who's supposed to protect her, who's supposed to be her teammate. This is why it is so difficult for some women to have partners, to have people that they can trust, especially like especially like the pretty girls, like the pageant girls. When I first started watching pageantry, I used to question why some of these beautiful, magnificent women were single. Like, why are these women single? Why? It's because number one, they know what they deserve and they're not going to tolerate anything less. Number two, they live in a world that requires a very secure man, a truly strong, secure man. Crystal lives in a world inhabited by some of the most beautiful women you will ever encounter. Crystal lives in a world of queens. It is very difficult for the average man to not be tempted by that world. So a lot of women, especially women that are in the public eye in any capacity, have to be very careful who they allow around them, because they could have men that are just around them for the notoriety. There's some men that are just come around these women just to use these women as some sort of trophy wife, trophy prize to show off. Look, I got a pageant queen on my arm, but they don't actually care about them. Then these women have to be careful about men who are just too weak to sustain that type of pressure, that type of notoriety. Some men just, I mean, it's like kids in a candy store. These men can't help but just want to touch everything. But then it leads to embarrassment for the queens themselves. This is something even I've thought about before. And I said this in my past video because I wasn't trying to like blame any other women, but I'm a woman and I know how women are. Women can be incredibly messy and women can be incredibly sensitive. So if I have a man, I know that if I bring him to a pageant, a pageant scenario, pageant venue with me, if he so much as compliments the wrong girl, that girl could run with that compliment and tell all her little pageant friends, oh, the Sovereign's man complimented me. He thinks I'm cute. He thinks I'm pretty. He likes me. And then there's rumors all over pageant world over a simple, nice compliment that my potential man gave another girl. And now I'm sitting here not knowing the truth. Do I need to snatch her or do I need to snatch him? I cannot be put in that position. And I know a lot of women do not want to be put in that position. Crystal likely thought she could trust her husband. She married him. She's got kids with this man. She thought he was strong enough to have her back and know how to behave. Clearly he was not. But this is something I personally have struggled with, knowing that whoever I end up with, I'm going to have to coach. We're going to have a set ground rules. You're going to know what to do and what not to do, because I do not want to hide whoever I'm with from the public. I won't do that. I think it's unfair to that person. I feel like that's kind of neglectful. And honestly, I like sharing things with the audience. Whoever I'm with, I'm going to be very, very proud of. Like, that's my teddy bear. That's my man. That's like, I want to show him off because I'm so happy. But he also has to know who I am. And that if I go to a pageant, there's going to be some girl there who's not only sensitive, there's going to be a girl there who just doesn't like me. She's never going to say it to my face because they'd be spineless and weak. I would have such an appreciation for a woman who just said it to my face, be like, I don't like you. I'd be like, good on you, sis. Good on you. Get out my face though. But I can respect you for that, for being straightforward. But I've never met a woman who was straightforward enough to say that to my face, ever. What a woman would do would be to try to, oh, what's up, Saul? Hi, Saul. I see you down there. That's one of the bike nights. One of my motorcycle friends. What's good? How you doing? What a girl would do is go to my man. She would try to entice him, put him in an awkward predicament, put him in a predicament that's going to make him look bad just to get at me. And most women have encountered the situation where you're interested in a guy or you're with a guy, and then women will come up to that guy or go after that guy just in spite of you, just to challenge you, just to show, oh, I'm better than you. Oh, I could snatch him and have him if I wanted him. Women will try that. They will do that. Every woman knows this. We all know that women do this. So you need to have a man that can know where to draw the line, how to handle it, and how to have your back. It takes a very strong man in order to sustain that pressure and that type of activity, that type of, eyeballs on him. It's hard. It is hard. And this is why a lot of pageant queens, they are perpetually single. Because even a lot of the men that come after them just want them for sex. They want them for the notoriety. They just want them as a trophy piece, and they want them for sex because they're pretty. But those girls don't necessarily feel like these men care about them. It's a big issue. Men in pageant world is difficult to deal with. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So she said she knew it was wrong when he was behaving the way that he was. And he's like, yeah, Crystal's my icon. Like, if I had experienced that with Max myself, yeah, I would go directly to Crystal. And if I was competing, yeah, okay, I'll wait until after the competition. And regardless of the outcome of competition, after that, I'm snitching you out to Crystal. Because if you truly had respect for that woman, you would tell her. Tell her, bring her all the receipts. You guys should have held an intervention for Crystal Stewart. Where was the sisterhood? Y'all should have, when Crystal entered the room, all the girls with the receipts should have been sitting there ready for the intervention with some tissues and some ice cream, ready to have her back, and then help Crystal hide the body. If that's what needed to be done, help Crystal hide the body, okay? Like Crystal. I was at work ready to throw hands for Crystal. I was so mad. I'm so mad. I'm like, I'm at work, like, I want to throw hands for her. I want to. I feel like Crystal is my best friend right now. And I'm like, girl, call me. Call me. I will bring my car. I will bring some trash bags. Like, what do we need to do? What do we need to do? What? You want to borrow? Like, we need to slash tires? What's good? Whatever it takes to make you feel better. Because I could not imagine how she feels right now. I could not imagine how she feels. At the national competition, Ken Kern told the Post she vividly remembers Max watching the contestants' walking practices in the ballroom without Stewart present, which she claimed was unusual. It's usually a girl's only energy. Yeah, he seemed to do a lot of watching. Max shouldn't have been anywhere anyone was uncomfortable. He said it's a failure that the organization has not addressed the issue head on. It's a failure that the girls didn't address it head on. I'm calling everybody out on this. How the hell did y'all let this happen? Max, yeah, okay, we read that part. So we got more. Oh, this is one of the girls. He's messaging the girls. Why does he have your numbers? Kern called Max's exit from the brand a weak attempt to remedy the situation. A letter sent internally to the 2021 title holders, viewed by the Post, stated Max had resigned and that he would no longer be serving as the vice president of the Miss USA, instead focusing on his efforts and other business ventures. You know what just popped into my head? Any girl, which I guarantee you, this is one thing I can guarantee, because this has been going on for so long. Max has been doing this from 2016, okay? It is 2022. We have receipts from him doing this with competitors in 2016. So, you know what this tells me? What is going on with my nose right now? I don't know what's going on with my nose, but what this tells me is that Max 100% was sleeping with contestants, which is why he felt so comfortable coming on to the girls in 2021. He'd been doing it for a while. He was not new to this. He know what was up, and he hadn't been snitched on. There was other girls he went after and other girls he slept with. And you're not going to tell him, because we have women in this very article admitting that, yeah, I sent him some sexually explicit photos back. And you know what this tells me? Because I don't want anybody saying, oh, well, you shouldn't be blaming the competitors. Oh, you shouldn't be blaming nobody. I don't know what's going on with my, I'm allergic to the BS. Absolutely, girl. I'm allergic to the BS. I'm reading the chat. Okay. I'm reading the chat and she's saying, you're allergic to the BS. Absolutely. But what this is telling me is that he 100% was sleeping with competitors. Competitors were enjoying the attention, and they were feeding into it. They were participating with him. And another thing that this is bringing to my attention is the lack of morality and the poor decision-making skills of some of these women. No wonder a lot of these women are remaining anonymous. A lot of these women, y'all shouldn't have been competing for Miss USA. Y'all shouldn't have been on a pageant stage, period, because you can't be trusted. You cannot be trusted. You have low morals and ethics. You put your own brands and the brand of the United States pageantry in jeopardy. You're hurting your own director. These girls didn't deserve to be crowned, period. Like, yes, Max is 100% at fault, but any girl who fed into this at all, you are not a queen. You are not a queen. There was a queenly way to handle this, and as far as I'm seeing, nobody took that path. And some women truly showcase. I want whoever these anonymous women are who are like, oh yeah, I sent him some photos back. I kind of participated. Whoever you are not a queen. You're not. Lack of morals, lack of ethics, lack of good decision making. Telling you, I'm like, just so you know, if you need to hear it out loud, you are not a queen. And it was a weak attempt to remedy the situation. Letters sent. This is just, I'm trash men. Okay, so we're talking about this. This was Max, Crystal Stewart's husband, who is allegedly separated from Crystal at the moment. They're not together as a couple, which good. Crystal, do you need, I will put together a girl slumber party. I want to hug her so bad. I was at work, like, I want to hug this woman. You have embarrassed her publicly with other competitors who fed into the situation. I'm so sorry. And this is why I said after this year, like this year, gloves off for the competitors, because at this point, the fan base, the viewership knows that what I say, the criticism that I give is only in the context of pageantry. It's not meant to, follow these girls forever. It's not meant to hurt them or insult them. I am a sports commentator. I critique performances, and that is it. That is what I do. But I'm gonna start calling the girls more on their BS. I've babied them and I've spoken out enough, and if they don't want to listen, then that's on you. But this type of behavior, sitting on your hands when you're supposed to be the queen that you are and do something to protect other women. Where were the queens from 2016, 17, 18, 19? Where were you guys when Max was out here misbehaving and you guys were sitting on your hands doing nothing? Y'all sat on these receipts and did nothing. Oh, we're outspoken queens and women, but you did nothing. Where were you? What happened? Where'd you go? Been playing hide and seek? It's been like, why is this something that we're having to face? We're going to move on to Amouranth, the Twitch streamer who just aired out her husband publicly, but she's been going through abuse for years. This is a perfect example of the type of women that pageant queens are supposed to be uplifting and helping. And you guys failed. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. There are women out here who are suffering, truly going through abusive relationships, abusive situations, and they don't know how to handle it. And you have not given a good example of how to handle it because you just let the mess fly. You just let it happen. This is going to be, I'm trigger warning. What you're about to hear is going to be distressing. What you're about to hear is going to be uncomfortable. What you're about to hear is a real situation that happened live because this girl finally broke. This woman broke on camera in front of her audience. Amouranth is one of the largest, if not the largest Twitch streamer there is. This is the girl that pioneered like hot tub streams and whatnot. She's very pretty. She's got a lot of men that just watch her channel for her looks, and nobody knew that she had a husband. According to her, she said she wanted to tell the world. She wanted to tell the world, I have a husband, because women, like when we have men, we want to tell the world, like, this is my baby. This is my man. I'm proud of him. I want to show him, like, we want to be honest about that. Women love to, we love to show off our men. Okay. We love them to death, but he did not want her to reveal his existence because he thought it would damage the brand. She didn't really care. Amouranth makes millions of dollars a month, you guys, a month. Also, this girl streams nonstop. She has the largest streaming numbers of anybody. I'm talking more than Hassan. I'm talking Pokimane. This girl never leaves her computer desk. And she says in this video, she doesn't take breaks. She doesn't go on vacation. She doesn't have friends. All she knows is work. She makes a killing for it, but she's been trapped in this life because that's where her husband wanted her to be. Listen to this. Trigger warning. This is not pleasant to listen to. I don't even like hearing it, but it needs to be heard. Right now, for those of you on the podcast, she's got her computer muted. She's moving around. She's got her computer muted, and she's talking on the phone. She clearly doesn't want the audience to hear what's going on. This has happened in her streams before. Typically, she walks away, she gets off camera, and then she'll come back. But from her words, and you'll hear, she was kind of at her wit's end and just wanted people to just hear what she was going through. Like, she broke. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Hold on. Hold on, because she unmutes and she's.
But you cannot interrupt mine because I'm not going to interrupt you.
What are you saying? What the fuck did you just say to me?
You want to say it again?
Yes.
Will you leave? Because then I'll say it 10 times.
Yeah.
I told you. Then just pack up.
What are you saying to me?
Because are you even listening?
You just said something really fucking mean.
Oh, yeah, I did. Because you didn't, and did you even listen to what I said? What was the condition?
I don't remember.
Exactly. See? I said, I'm going to let you say what you think you heard. Then, when you're done, I'm going to say what I said. I'm not going to interrupt you, and you're not going to interrupt me.
This is a
No,
Twitch
let's stop
streamer.
right there. No, stop.
Ooh.
Why did you say you were gonna kill dogs?
You're literally doing the thing that you did this morning.
So for those of you who are wondering who is this girl, Amouranth is one of the biggest Twitch streamers in the world, period. Like I said, she makes millions of dollars a month. She's very well known, but nobody knew that she was married until this moment where she kind of just was at her wit's end and went live. She was already streaming. All right. She had already been streaming and she went live on this phone call, which she's never done, and just revealed to the world, this is my husband and this is how he's been treating me. And the thing that triggered her coming out and doing this and showing everybody what was going on, according to her, is that he threatened to kill her dogs. And that's why she's like, what did you just say to me? Like, I need proof of this. I'm done with this. I'm fed up with this.
You're interrupting what I'm explaining to you.
No, tell me. That's not acceptable.
What do you mean, no? I'm telling you right now. You're interrupting me telling you.
Why did you say you were gonna kill my dogs?
Leave the house.
Okay, I can leave you know what? Actually, I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
We'll take the dogs and leave. I'm telling you. You're asking the question, I'm telling you, and you're interrupting my fucking, telling you. Literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were gonna kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Nope, did not say that. Now you're just fucking being a liar.
I'm not
I said I'm going to tell you what I said in terms of the earlier. Because you're still saying that oh my God, dude. You said, why are you pausing? You didn't ask a question. You said a statement. Did you say that? No?
I tried to tell you
Are
what
you
I
saying you
heard.
did not say that? Are you saying you did not say that?
I tried to tell you what I heard from you. And then you called me a liar.
Then you tell me, what did you say?
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
Bro, here's what happened.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
This right here is why.
So she's crying right now. For those of you listening, she's truly crying right now.
You weren't even listening, which is my point. If you're not listening well enough, then you're literally. Now you see why. I didn't say if you don't sleep 24 hours, I'm gonna kill your dogs.
Literally.
No, listen!
Jesus.
I said, I'm gonna say a thing, you're gonna say a thing, and I bet you're not gonna hear mine at all. And to prove the point, I said something terrible. To prove that when something is very, very important to you, you literally don't hear anything else.
No, did you just hear what he said? He said, I said something terrible to you to prove that when I say something like that, you literally don't hear anything else. No shit. You just said something extremely traumatic. Of course, someone is going to latch on and be focused on that. That's like oh my God. Oh my God. That is like me trying to go through a grocery list with a man. And I'm like, okay, what vegetables did you say you wanted? And then suddenly he threatens to kill my mom. And I'm like, did you just threaten to kill my mom? And he's like, oh, see, so you heard that. So you heard that then, but you didn't hear what vegetables I wanted. Ooh, how much am I allowed to say on YouTube? I know a podcast, I can get away with a lot, but right now we're streaming on YouTube too. And he's screaming like an incel. He's screaming, he's a maniac. And he just admitted, to saying that awful thing about her dogs, which is why she just was like, no, we're done. Okay, you threatened to kill dogs. We're over. It's over. That's like threatening to kill a family member. It's done for you. But you hear him on here screaming, this is abuse. This woman is in an abusive relationship. And we'll fast forward through this because she finally does get off the phone and starts talking about it. And she just airs it all out. And you can just tell she's exhausted. She's exhausted. And I actually have done another video on Amouranth before. It's just not posted. But I actually did, I did a video talking about her stream and everything because she's considered a sex worker because everything she does is super sexy. She does have an OnlyFans. She does have an OnlyFans. I do remember that. I remember that. This is so hard to watch. Yeah. This breaks my heart. I went through this for a year, and he was so good and changing characters when he thought someone else was listening. Oh, when he thought someone else wasn't listening. Yeah. I'm glad she exposed him. Me too. Absolutely. But women need to understand that you have to expose these men. You have to. Imagine if Amouranth had not exposed him. Because you'll find out later in listening to this man has control of her bank accounts, her finances. She doesn't have access to her money. He controls that. He was controlling her. He was the one yelling at her about her stream being laggy. He's yelling at her that she's not allowed to go to Disneyland because she wanted a break, because she streams. Like, she gets 4 hours of sleep. She streams constantly, doesn't have vacation. She wanted to have a vacation. He's like, you want to go on vacation? You want a break? You're going to give me a 24-hour stream. He's basically been pimping her out to Twitch, forcing her to work, and then claiming her money. If she did not expose him, it would be very difficult for someone to believe her. It would be very difficult to take him to court, because where's the proof? This helps her in court because she has proof that this is how he's been acting. He was acting like this on a live stream with thousands of people watching. This was a necessary thing for her to do. And this is why I was tying this to the whole Miss USA thing, because those supposed outspoken leadership driven women who had the opportunity to expose a man sexually harassing women did nothing. They did nothing. This has serious ramifications.
The whole point. And now that you're trying to play the victim, I'm pissed even more because you're now lying. You didn't even hear what I said. That's the point. I said it very clearly, but you didn't hear it. Why? Because something more terrible distracted you.
I don't think you're hearing what you say.
No, I did. I said it on purpose. I said it to show you how easily distracted you are. Your workout condition. You're lying. You're literally lying to me. I said this. Stop. I said, you're going to tell me what you said? Then I'm going to tell you what I said. And if you lie or interrupt my part, I'm going to kill your dogs. That's exactly what I said.
He said, if you lie or interrupt my part, I'm going to kill your dogs. That's what I said. That's what triggered her to unmute the microphone and let everybody finally hear what she was dealing with. He just admitted to threatening to kill her dogs.
And I said that because I knew when I say that, instantly you forget what you said and what I said. Both.
Why do you have to say you're gonna kill my dog? What does that help anything?
Because, stop. Zoom out. Because you weren't understanding my point, which is this. When there's something that emotionally triggers you, you actually don't remember anything else.
No shit. We tend to focus, like tunnel vision. We do tend to tunnel vision on things that are a severe threat to our health, happiness, or welfare. Yeah. Like if there's a car barreling down the street towards me and I feel like I'm going to be hit, whatever I was doing at that moment, I'm not even going to remember. The only thing that I'm concerned about is getting out of the way of the car that's going to kill me. That's kind of how life works. That's how human beings work. It's called self-preservation. And right now, what she's focusing on is the health and welfare of her dogs, you psychopath. Who kills dogs? For what? This is her husband. This is a man she lives with, okay? He has a relationship with those dogs, by the way. He knows those dogs. So for him to sit there and his big, bold self and be like, I'm going to kill these dogs. What? Those are your dogs too. Are you for real right now?
And that's my whole point. You were emotionally triggered. You weren't actually listening to me. But then you try to come back and use that as my fault for not saying it. But I
So how long does this go on? Oh my goodness,
You
this goes on
just
for so
don't
long.
And that's what I said. No. I did ask a question.
I'm fast
Like, you're
forwarding.
starting to act like that I'm saying you're crazy. I was just letting you know that you didn't actually ask the question. It's okay to think that.
I'm still skipping around, fast forwarding, because this goes on. We are 14 minutes into the video. He's been ranting for 14 minutes. 14 minutes.
All right, no taking this back.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fucking do it personal too.
Okay.
What did he just say?
Let's go ahead and lie. Whatever.
Why the fuck do I care? If we're going to war, why the fuck do I care? You just lied to me. And shut the fuck up. I'm gonna fucking tweet this shit.
I didn't lie to you at all.
I'm gonna make it worse than fuck it. You call me a liar? Fuck it, I'll make it worse.
By what?
You don't even know. Fuck you.
What are you even talking about, man?
You said I would get tweeted, so I'm gonna fucking tweet it now, but I'm gonna write some more shit.
Because I can't stop you. You have my logins to all my accounts.
We don't get along. We should not be together.
We got along fine until you decided to make money the main priority.
I didn't say a thing. I said, it's okay for you to not hear. It's not okay for you to tell me what I didn't say. Especially if the context is literally I was waiting for a response. You were just calling me crazy then.
I didn't say you were crazy.
No. Dude, I'm gonna give you one last chance. I'm gonna irrevocably fucking destroy everything. I can tell you something that shatters you forever, and I'll start tweeting about it too.
So just so it is about to get a little bit worse. Amouranth is safe. So there is an update to this. You know, after this happened, Twitch streamers, because this woman, she is a very, like, if you don't know who she is massive on Twitch. She makes a massive amount of money. She knows all of the major streamers, every single one of them. And once the other streamers found out what was going on, they all were pissed on her behalf. They wanted to protect her. They wanted to help her. Collectively, the entire world started reaching out to her to try to help her and get her out of this situation, because no one knew she was married. They didn't know she was in an abusive relationship. They didn't know how powerless she was. She did not have access to her own money. And you're going to find out he has access to not only her money, but her social media accounts. That's why he's threatening to post things that are going to hurt her on Twitter. He's threatening to ruin her, post things that are going to, like, destroy her platforms. He's trying to just emotionally annihilate this woman for no good reason, really. And she's just, at this point, this was her cry for help, because she needed people to know there's nothing she can do. He threatens her repeatedly throughout this video, and there's nothing she can do because he has access to her entire world, every single thing. But she is safe. And she does update everyone. She's like, he's not here. He's supposed to be getting help, all that stuff, which we don't care. I mean, it's good that he's getting help, but that is not an excuse for her to be getting back with this abusive person. That person does need to seek help, but that is not an excuse or a doorway to get back into her world or her life. This should be done. This should not ever be a thing again. This relationship is beyond, like, it's non-existent. This is not a relationship at all. It requires two parties to make a relationship, and she is like an unwilling hostage. She's a hostage at this point. That's what this is. This is not a relationship.
But what? Why would you want to do that? I don't understand.
Because you are literally telling me I did not say something that I literally said.
So they're having a conflict over something that he said, whether he said something or not. And because he is not happy that she is not identifying with what he thinks he said, he's threatening to destroy her life. And it gets worse.
You're okay to let me...
You're just... Right here, I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. You're about to lose your entire fucking life in terms of everything that's been built because you're too obstinate to just merely accept that you didn't hear a thing. But I'm already very forgiving about that.
Because you
But
literally
no, you want to go forward, no, you want to go aggressive, and you want to say, no, I didn't mishear. I did not hear. You didn't say it. That's what you want to fight the battle on.
I feel like I have to be honest with you. I shouldn't have to act like I'm always wrong just so that you don't seem bad.
Let me ask this. Are you acting like you're wrong, or is it possible that you're wrong?
I've done the work too. It's not like I'm just fucking... I literally put in hours of... Okay, sure. I agree.
Hold on. That's an important part.
It's not because I was literally listening to you. I'm just letting you know you didn't finish saying what you thought. I do that sometimes. times where I feel like I said something, or I thought I said something.
I don't do that. But here's the thing. You definitely, it's okay. You're right. You'd be right if I didn't pause and wait for like a minute.
You didn't wait for a minute. You waited for like 10 seconds, and I was just thought you were letting the message sink in, and then you like answer me. I'm like, you didn't ask a question. Like, you said a statement, and I repeated the statement.
That is insanity. If you think that of me, then we should not be together, and we should not work together.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you think that,
She's like, good, yeah.
Okay.
So you think that,
Hell yeah.
Okay, sure. I agree.
which is why I'm about to tear it down with this sweep.
Just because we're incompatible doesn't mean you have to try to destroy my life.
I do.
Why?
I'm taking it down to 0. Because I built it for someone I thought I was compatible with.
You didn't build it for someone. I literally put in hours of streaming, all of my work, I literally did the photo shoots. I've done the work too. It's not like I'm just fucking.
Oh, now you're claiming credit for it.
What do you
So this is a manipulation tactic. He's trying to make it seem like her world could not exist if it hadn't been for him. He's trying to make it seem like her not being with him is going to be the most tragic, awful thing that could ever happen to her. She would be nothing without him. This is a manipulation tactic that abusers use to keep the other person with them, because that person becomes fearful that they're not going to be able to have the same life. They're not going to be anything without the other person. It is a manipulation tactic. And it is 100%. Nobody even knew this man existed. The funny thing is, he's sitting here saying all this. No one knew he existed. Amouranth's streaming hours is insane. And it's unhealthy, to be honest. When I say like that girl's always streaming, 100% she is always streaming. Always. She will stop streaming to get 3 hours of sleep and then pop right back up in front of a camera. She lives her life on camera. Period. All day, every day. You can log on to her stream. Sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning, she will be there. Sometimes she still continues to stream when she goes to sleep. This girl's streaming hours are insane. So for him to be sitting here trying to claim credit for her, for all her work, is outrageous. And she's realizing that, but it's hard for her to like still, it's just hard to part with someone, even when you know they're toxic, even when you know they're bad. It's so hard to just let them go. I've been in the situation. I actually showed you guys pictures once of what happened. The day I had to break up with someone. I've only been in one serious relationship in my life, but the day I had to break that off, it got real bad. And even still, I damn near had to rip out my own heart to make it happen. It still hurt, even though I knew I was doing the right thing. It didn't make it any less painful. Even though she knows this man sucks, she may not be mentally prepared to have a house all to herself, for the house to just be quiet. She's not used to sleeping alone. Even though it tortures her to be around him, the thought of being alone is such a foreign idea to her that it's hard for her to imagine existing in this world without this abusive person. Because as far as she remembers, this is all she knows. It's crazy how she had to film herself, though. Absolutely. And the crazier thing is, when this came out, people were mad at her. They were mad at her. The simps were out here talking about, wait, you have a boyfriend? So you've been lying to us? Like, what? And the thing is, she wanted to tell everybody. It was his idea to not tell anybody. And even still, why is that's not your business? Did you really think you were about to date this woman? Did you really think Amouranth was about to date you? Like, these simps are out here butthurt because she's a taken woman. She's a claimed woman, as if they had a chance. And then people were thinking that she made this up. They're thinking that she was lying about this. Like, she actually took some backlash because of this. And people are like, well, why would she post this? She's only posting it for clout. Amouranth is one of the biggest Twitch streamers on the planet. Not only does she not need the clout, she don't need the money. She doesn't need the notoriety. She can get anything and everything she wants. What she needed was support, which is why she needed this video, because no one was going to believe her. And some people still did not believe her. Did not. I'm reading the chat. Yes, this is one of the things that's going to the podcast, but I did say some of the podcast things would be aired on YouTube for you guys, so you know what's going on. But the title of the podcast is Monster Men, because we are discussing the monsters that have been popping out of the woodwork just in time for Halloween this year. We went through Crystal's pathetic husband, whom hopefully she is divorcing. We talked about the queens that should have reported him and his sexual harassment. We have now moved on to Amouranth's husband, who's been around for a minute, who has been caught abusing her on camera. She's outed him. I'm all for the women outing abusive men. Yes, sis, out him, air him out, hang him out to dry. We do not let men exist in the spaces of beautiful, miraculous, amazing women when they are unworthy. And this is an unworthy man. This is like the fear of all women, especially the women who are in the public sphere. I 100% can identify with this. It's hard to imagine. And that's the other thing Amouranth has to deal with, is that this man likely knew her before she was massive. This man likely knew her before she was Amouranth. He knew the true woman. I think her name is Caitlin. He knew the true Caitlin. He knew her as a person. And once you become a person in the public eye, it becomes really difficult to make friends, because you always have this paranoia that people only want to be around you because of your online persona, your online notoriety. They don't want to necessarily get to know you. It's incredibly difficult to date when you are a big influencer. You become very isolating. I just did a double take, and this is actually Amouranth. Yes, absolutely. This is her. This is her, the bubbly, happy girl that you guys have seen on stream. This is her breaking down on camera. And I'm saying I kind of identify. I'm nowhere near. I will probably never be anywhere near the notoriety of this woman ever. So I sympathize with the microscope that she may be under, because she has a lot of men in her chat, but a lot of these men in her chat don't necessarily care about her. They want to sexualize her. They're not necessarily trying to get to know her. During this like breakdown, she had the chat on the screen, and guys were just like telling her, "Oh, you look so sexy when you cry, baby. Don't cry. You look so beautiful when you cry, though." Like, it's gross. It's gross. But I understand her reluctance to let go of this person who knew the true her before she became big, because how was she going to find that again? When I was doing the whole dating thing, like some of you on the Patreon know, because I have detailed some things for y'all, but I would not tell people, and I've said it on Instagram, I don't tell people who I've just met that I have a YouTube channel. I do not tell, if I'm going on a date with someone, somebody new, whatever, I do not let people know I have a YouTube channel, because I have been in, I'm not even a massive YouTuber. I'm considered a medium-sized YouTuber now. I'm a medium-sized YouTuber. Last year, I actually did have somebody around me who became, they liked me at first, but once they found out I had a YouTube channel, they became very attracted to the fact that I was a YouTuber. Went around telling all their friends I was a YouTuber, wanted me to help them establish a channel for themselves, wanted, my input, wanted my help building them up. Like, it became a massive distraction for even somebody as small as me. So I do not tell people anymore that I have a channel, because either they become intimidated by it, they want to control it, or they want to use me for it. I cannot imagine what Amouranth may be feeling dealing with this man who actually does have control of her entire platform. And she wanted to integrate him. She wanted to show the world who she was with, and he would not let her. And he doesn't really state why. According to him, he said it was because he didn't want to damage the brand. She didn't care. She makes enough money. This girl could retire tomorrow and be fine for the rest of her life. She would be fine. She did not need this, but he kept this going.
I mean, I'm claiming credit for it. I've literally been the one streaming for all these years and doing the photo shoots. Like, what the fuck do you mean claiming credit?
Now they're quiet. He had nothing to say? What happened? He's just quiet now. Okay, fast forward.
What the fuck?
I can't hear you.
Good, I don't care.
So for those of you who don't know, because I saw the story when it first popped off, and I was in disbelief. She also shows the text messages from her boyfriend. She wasn't answering her phone. And so he kept texting her repeatedly, telling her, you don't answer this phone, I'm going to start blowing the money out of your bank account. There goes another $250,000. I'm going to donate $300,000 if you don't pick up the phone in the next 5 minutes. There goes another $500,000. I guess we can't put the down payment on the next house. Like, he was 100% threatening her with her livelihood. All of it. She showed it all. She even showed holes in the wall that, like, apparently he punched or something.
I've been dealing with him being an asshole to me for years and just disappearing from stream for 12 hours at a time. A lot of times I'm like, why you got? I have to make up bullshit because you don't want to tell people about the fact that you fucking asshole to me for so long.
So now
You
she's
just take me away from my stream and start arguing at me for 12 hours at a time. They told me we're gonna go 24, we're gonna go 48. Like, yeah, you fucking asshole. Like, I deal with so much shit from you. I have so many offers from better people in my DMs who would actually treat me better.
That's right, girl.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like you don't even care. Like, the one person who fucking hates Amouranth is the one she decided to be with, and I made the most terrible decision of my life, and now you just, like, fucking want to ruin it?
Why did you swap me?
Dude, you're fucking full of shit. Oh my fucking God.
You heard what she said? You hear what this girl said? She said, there's people in my DMs, people that love me and cherish me and want to be with me. I made the worst mistake of my life picking the one man who doesn't want me, who doesn't love me. Everybody else loves me except for the man that I chose. And she's 100% right. And newsflash for all the men in the chat. Newsflash for every man in the chat. It's not just Amouranth. All your girlfriends, if you have a girlfriend, right? You got a girlfriend? There's a reason you chose that woman. Think of the reason you chose your woman. And if you just think in your head, if you like this woman, there's a high probability somebody else likes her too. If you like her, why wouldn't somebody else like her? Every woman has the potential to be sweeping in men, left, right, front, and center, all through the DMs. This is not just because she's famous and big and pretty. It's not that difficult for women to get attention. When a woman chooses you as a man, that should be like the highest honor because she got options. Best believe she got options. If she chose you, it's for a reason. A lot of these men, they get complacent, right? Once they feel like they have the woman, they're like, well, whatever, I got her. What's the big deal? I got her. I don't really have to put in a lot of work, right? Because I got her. They get complacent. They feel like they don't have to try as hard. They feel like, she's not going to go anywhere. I got this on lock. She's locked down now. She's mine. And then they start acting a fool. Then they start going crazy. Then they start tripping balls because they feel like they can get away with it. Because they feel like, well, she's never going to replace me. Every woman has the power to replace you. Just because we doesn't mean we won't. It doesn't mean we won't. I have been in that situation where you finally feel like you got a good guy and you start giving him all your love and attention in the world. And then he gets comfortable and thinks you won't leave him. Starts doing all types of nonsense, all types of BS. Once men get complacent, they stop treating women as if they're precious. They stop treating them as if they're desired. That's one thing. That is the kiss of death, by the way, men. For your relationships, men, take note. The moment your woman no longer feels desired by you, that's when she starts drifting. Just so you know. Just so you know. The power over a woman, what we love to feel from you is the desire. We love to feel that we are wanted in every single way. Not just like our company, this whole sexually, all of that. All of that. Women love to be desired. You let that go, she'll fight for you for a little bit. She will fight for it, but not forever. And a lot of women put themselves through too much trying to get these men's desires back. And Amouranth, you can see earlier in the stream, she was more distraught. Now she's just getting mad because she's like, you know what? Why am I with this one man who doesn't desire me when I could be with a man that does? I could be with a man that is cooking me dinner, tucking me in at night and blowing my back out. Why am I here with you? And she's like, they've been going through arguments. She talks about it in the stream. She's like, this man, her husband, will argue with her for 12 hours at a time, nonstop, That is abuse. Abuse. And she took it. She took it. I saw you're still here. I didn't know you're still here. Some of us stay the same loving and still try to bring a smile out when they can. Only some men do. Stop. Not here, though. Need to keep the smile and laughing going every chance I get. Absolutely, Saul. Saul's a very happy man, okay? I totally believe that. I totally believe you're that type of guy. But some guys, you know, give them a year, 2 years, they get bored, or they feel like they don't have to work as hard. And a woman can feel when your attention is no longer there. A woman can feel when you're not trying as hard, okay? We can feel it. We can tell the difference between when you first kissed us and how you're kissing us now. And all we want in the world is that same passion that you gave us the first time you kissed us. Because that's what made us love you. That's what men don't realize. Whatever you did to get her in the first place is what's going to keep her or lose her. If you stop doing the things that made her fall in love with you, she's not gonna stay. She's not. You start treating her like she's some sort of house plant. She's just, oh, hey, babe. Hi. You just walk in the house. Oh, hey, babe. Here we go. And she's just there, right? She's like a piece of furniture. You're going to lose your girl. She's going to try and stay as long as she can, but you're going to lose your girl. Because no woman is going to be okay with that at all. Ever. I could not sustain living that life. In fact, I've tried. Okay. And I'm telling you from personal experience, I would leave. And my girlfriends would leave. Any woman would leave. It's just depending on how long she can really tolerate it. And my tolerance now is pretty low. Before, I was much more forgiving. Now I'm just like, every man that I'm around, you're older and you know better. Because number one, I date older. Always date older ladies. Okay. Hint, hint, date older. But I date older men for a reason, because they're not supposed to be that stupid. If you're stupid at the age of 35, okay, no, I'm not 35. I'm still in my 20s. Sorry. But I date in the 30s. I will date the men in the 30s. I do not like you 20-year-olds. You are a waste of time. I want the 30-year-olds. If you are a man in your 30s and you haven't learned these lessons, it's easy to cut you off because you're not going to learn. If you haven't learned by 35, you're not going to learn. There is no saving you. It's just not there. It's not going to happen.
Literally got physical with me. And then, like, fucking...
So I'm going to fast forward, because eventually she does get off the phone.
I haven't left for years because it's like a Jekyll and Hyde situation where it's like when we're not fighting, everything feels like when we were dating again. It's like, fuck off.
This is also something that's common in abusive situations, where it's really hard to leave the abusive person because you're still attracted to the good parts of your relationship. Some days she's like, it's a good day. Some days he's the man that I love. And then other days he's a goddamn monster. But she stays because of the good parts. She won't leave because of those bad parts. And that's why she's like, it's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation. She's like, I still love those good parts. But those those lows are really low.
You want to divorce me? Fine. Whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm just tired of it. Just divorce me because I wasn't successful enough for you, even though I helped you make fucking multi-millions of dollars. You want to burn it all to the ground because you're a bitch? Fucking sure. Whine about it. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'd rather be broke again and deal with this shit anymore.
Facts. That is actually a true sentiment, because I went through the same thing. I went through the same thing, girl. I'm gonna tell you right now. When a girl is done with you, we will damn near chop off our own arm to get away from you. We will burn everything to the ground. Our jobs, our homes. We will do whatever it takes to get away from you. And sometimes that's what it takes. I understand some women are trapped in relationships with men that you're living with. You're trapped in relationships with men you have children with. You're trapped in relationship with men who are the breadwinners of the household. You have nothing. And that's why it's so, like, men, we're going to have a red pill discussion one day. This is why it's so important to counteract these red pill men who are like, oh, the men are supposed to be the money makers, breadwinners of the household. The men are the ones supposed to control all the finances. This is why women don't want you guys to control all the finances. This is why we're so independent, is because a lot of men cannot be trusted. If something were to go bad in a relationship and a woman is financially dependent upon her man for everything, she has no escape. She cannot leave. No matter how bad the abuse gets, she has nowhere to go. She has no money. She may not have a car. She doesn't have a place to stay. She may be isolated from her friends or family. She may be in a different state or country. It is very dangerous for women to be solely financially dependent upon a man, which is why a lot of women won't do it nowadays. And then you get the red pill people over on the Fresh and Fit channel that are like, women are too independent. It's because y'all are cheaters. Y'all are liars. You can't be trusted. You're disloyal. You're disrespectful. You're abusive. We're supposed to trust you with our safety, well-being, our lives. We can't. We have to be independent. A woman who is submissive to a man, the only way that can happen is if you provide safety and security for her, which a lot of men, most men do not. Most men do not provide that safety and security. So a woman keeps her guard up, her walls up, because she knows she's got to maintain a little bit of independence. If it ever comes to the point where she's got to take care of herself, she can. And I will never suggest to a woman to be 100% dependent on a man. And you really shouldn't, because if something happens to your husband, to your boyfriend, if he's sick, if he's down, you need to be able to hold things together while he's in recovery or when he's going through something. You still want to be able to have your man's back. It's not even just about being a submissive woman or being dependent on a man. What if he needs you? That's why I don't agree with a lot of these alpha men supposedly out here talking about women are supposed to be submissive. And it's like, no. Number one, you don't deserve a truly submissive woman. And number two, you shouldn't want one. You should want a teammate, a woman that's going to have your back and make life better for you and with you. Not a child. Okay. Why are you guys arguing to babysit your girlfriends? Like, to an extent, like, you can babysit me a little bit, pat my butt, rub my back, all that stuff. I love that. Give me kisses, tuck me in bed at night. All that stuff. Do that by all means. Okay. Tuck me in. But I can take care of myself. I just like it better when you do it. That's all I'm saying. That's all we're saying. We can open the pickle jar. But we just like it when you do it. So you know.
Give a fuck. I'm so done.
I see this comment. Wonder in art. A male friend actually told me he doesn't feel sorry for her because she's hot. So she has many options, and it's extra annoying when girls that are attractive choose a-holes. It's actually on my list of videos or things to do in the podcast, is talk about it's the opposite. It's the reverse of pretty privilege. There is a detriment to being conventionally attractive. It seems like Amouranth has a lot of options, but in actuality, a lot of these men only see her as a sex object. They have no interest in who she is as a person. They want to have, number one, the notoriety of having such a well-known, beautiful woman on their arm, and they want to sleep with her. That is it. I have encountered this as a Black woman. Okay. When I was doing the whole dating app thing, if I showed you my Bumble account, it would be insane. It's inactive. It's deactivated right now. But if I reactivated that thing, the amount of likes I get is insane. But the thing is, just because I have 600 plus likes of people that want to meet me does not mean they're all actually eligible people that could potentially be a match. A lot of these men fetishize me. They just want to know what it's like to be next to a Black woman. A lot of these men just want to have a pretty girl on their arms. A lot of these men just want a woman and they don't care which one they get. A lot of these men just want a sex toy. It seems like these women have options, but they do not necessarily. Not good options. That's like saying, well, you have an option of eating this rotten food in the trash can. It's food, so you have options. Like, no, that's not an option. It's not at all. And the thing is, pretty girls don't choose assholes. A lot of the times they become assholes. As she said, there's parts of this man who's yelling at her that are beautiful, that are nice, that she likes. And he likely was that. He likely was like that in the beginning. He likely was that guy that she truly loved. The problem was he likely became insecure. He became controlling. He became possessive. It spiraled downhill from there. And she lost the man that she loved. He got complacent. He stopped trying. He stopped treating her the way he did in the beginning. He wasn't doing everything he was supposed to do. A lot of men do that. They were not assholes in the beginning. But a lot of men become resentful, especially if they have a woman that's too pretty. I have experience. I'm not saying I'm like too pretty, but I'm saying I've experienced this through like even other women. I will see other women who are beautiful, flawless, gorgeous women. And these men become resentful of their own girlfriends for the amount of attention that they bring. They become resentful because they feel like she's going to leave or that she's already looking down on them. So he feels inadequate. Her boyfriend feels inadequate next to her, and he therefore takes it out on the woman, not realizing it's his own inadequacy. I have had men say that to my face. When I first like started dating, this guy lasted like 3 months with me when I was 20 years old or something. I was 20. He said to my face, I was like, why are you acting like this? Why are you behaving like this? He straight up said, I know you're too good for me. You're just going to leave me anyways. I know you're just going to leave anyway, so it doesn't matter. He said that to my face. My face, you guys. He was that insecure. He was also controlling and very possessive. He did not last long with me, but it's an insecurity. It's just, and even my only serious relationship I've ever been in my life, he said that to me too. A man will sit a woman down and question, why are you even with me? You're too good for me. I'm too old for you. Why are you here? You're just going to leave me anyways. I don't deserve you. It's their own inadequacy. It's their own insecurity that's torturing these women. So blaming pretty girls for having assholes, it's not their fault. A lot of times they get with very good men, and then the men, they feel like they have this prize in their hands and they become insecure about it. They think everybody's trying to steal it from them, or they think the girl's always trying to leave them. So they try so hard to hang on to her, and they try so hard to control her. They get this, that they become like, what is it? Smeagol or Gollum from Lord of the Rings. You know, the little gremlin looking creature? They go from like a friendly hobbit, and then they grab the ring of power, and then the evil seeps into their soul, and they're like, my precious, and then they become evil. But Gollum and Smeagol, that little gremlin creature was not evil in the beginning. It just deteriorated over time. Okay, that power deteriorated him. These men deteriorate because of the vicinity they have to these beautiful women. Every man wants a beautiful woman, but honestly, not all of you guys can handle them. Not every man can handle a beautiful woman. It's a difficult thing to have a gorgeous woman like the woman on the screen, Amouranth, to have her on your arm, to know every man around you wants her. Every man around you wants a chance at her. You start feeling inadequate because you're like, why would she stay with me? What makes me so good that she would stay away from these other men? You become so intimidated. It eats their brains. It rots their soul, and they can't stand it. I've had this issue where I used to put on cute outfits. Like back in the day, I was when I was doing the whole dating thing, it was a while ago. So I've been single for 5 years? 5 years. I was dating someone, and I would put on cute outfits just to impress him or just to be cute for him or all this stuff, and he hated it. Hated it. Used to accuse me, where are you going looking so cute? Where are you going looking like that? No, you can't wear that out. You just want people to look at you. You just want attention. And I'm like, I'm doing this for you, you insecure jerk. He wasn't an asshole in the beginning, but the insecurity made him an asshole. And I hated it. It was awful.
Be true, piece of shit.
Absolutely, girl.
Fuck yourself.
Yep. All that. All that. All of that.
Dick anyways.
That small dick anyways. Look, and I don't want to hurt the feelings of the small dick guys out there, okay? Just so you know. All right? It's not about the equipment. It's about how you use it. I just want you guys to know that, because I know men get real insecure about that, okay? It's not about the equipment, because there are some big dick guys out there who do not know what they're doing. Okay? And the girls collectively talk shit about those guys in the girls group chat. At ladies night, you big dick guys who don't know what you're doing, we talk shit about you. Just so you know. Just so you know. It's not all about the equipment, boys. Don't get sad up in here.
Right now. I'm sorry, I'm working.
So you can see, like, this girl is...
I worked harder than you. It's like...
This girl is drained.
Maybe
she got tears in her.
After the horse's cack.
So this whole video is available on YouTube.
I'm gonna burn it all in court. I'm gonna put it all in fucking crypto. Blah. Just always threats. And now Morgan's calling me.
So he did not know that she was streaming. Apparently. when this went down. He didn't know that she was live streaming. She's never done this, but I guess she was at her wit's end and showed it. And then she has assistants. She makes a lot of money. Like I said, she has assistants. So she said, Morgan's calling me as one of her assistants. And they likely saw everything that went down on stream, just like everybody else did. This video is available on YouTube. The full hour and 40 minutes of her sitting here distraught, crying, just broken and fed up with the entire situation. Like I said, the woman is fine. The man is supposed to be getting help. Hopefully they're not getting back together. But once again, this is one of the reasons we're doing what is the name of my stream again? Monster something? Oh, Monster Men. That's what it was. Monster Men. It's these men that just put women through the ringer. We started with Crystal's husband, and this is Amouranth's surprise husband who's been torturing her behind the scenes. It is not okay for this to go unaddressed, unknown. Women should never be forced to tolerate this type of stuff behind the scenes for any reason whatsoever. And if you are a friend of women like this, help them. It is very difficult to get out of a situation like this because everybody is stupid when it comes to love. We're stupid. Human beings are stupid when it comes to love. We will tolerate anything. We will go down with the ship when it comes to love. Once again, I can attest to this because some of you in the chat have seen the photos that I have put in some of my videos of what happened to me in past relationships. I showed you what happened, how that ended. It never should have got to that point. But when, a loyal woman is in love, there's nothing we will not do, including putting our own self at risk. Amouranth put her livelihood, her reputation, her finances, everything on the line for the love of this man, and finally called it quits in this moment. And this was likely a desperate attempt on her part to force herself to get out of it, because she knows once she posts this, once people see this, there's no going back. She can't go back with him because the entire platform knows what happened. And the entire platform knows what a shitty person he is. She's going to look ridiculous. She's going to look so stupid, so bad if she gets back together with him. She gave herself no option but to leave. And I 100% identify with that, because for me to get out of the one bad relationship I ever had to get out of, I had to resort to some extreme measures, not just against him, against myself. I had to fight my own self because I would not let it go. I had to do some irreparable damage to force myself to get out. It's such a harmful thing for women. And so this is the Amouranth situation that's been going on. So hopefully everybody's kind of caught up with the situation. Like I said, she's fine. She's safe. I'll put it that way. Let's say she's safe. She's working towards being fine. She did get access to her, what is it called? She got access to her bank accounts, to her finances again. She didn't have access before. She's got it now. So she's doing a little bit better. Everybody's trying to help her. So this is great. So now we can talk about Ned from the Try Guys, because this is the Monster Men stream, right? Ned from the Try Guys. I haven't gotten to talk about Ned. Everybody knows about Ned Fulmer, right? Do you guys not know about Ned Fulmer? The Try Guys are a foursome, or were a foursome of men with a channel on YouTube. Originally came from BuzzFeed. Their purpose on YouTube was to try things. They did the Try Guys, try bras. The Try Guys try gymnastics. The Try Guys try ballet. The Try Guys try football. Like, Try Guys try spicy food. Like, they just try things. That's why they're called the Try Guys, right? And Ned was one of the Try Guys. But the thing is, Ned he had a thing, right? He had his own special thing. His special thing was being known as the wife guy. See, Ned, in the Try Guy videos, always talked about his wife, Ariel. He was so in love with Ariel, always mentioned Ariel, always talking about my wife, 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 always. I wonder if I can find that video of Ned Fulmer talking about my wife. Here we go. Every single time Ned talks about his wife. Yeah, we're just watching many clips of Ned Fulmer. Just my wife. That's all he was always talking about, his wife. And everybody loved it. Like, they saw him as the perfect kind of man. He was a happily devoted husband and father. He was 100% loyal to his wife. So we thought, like, he was always into his family, always, like, he loved them, supposedly, but people loved him for that aspect of his life. He became the wife guy, the devoted husband who had a loving family. That was his thing. And then, ooh, the internet, y'all are messy and I love you for it. Okay. So what had happened was Ned, in all his wisdom, went out in public with a producer of the channel, of the Try Guys. He went out with this woman to a Harry Styles concert, took some pictures with some fans, and then got caught kissing said producer in a club by other fans. And the fans were perplexed because this is Ned, the wife guy, right? This is the wife guy. Who is he kissing at the club? So a fan took a video of Ned at the club kissing this girl and sent it to the woman's fiance because the woman was engaged. And the person asked, hey, where's your wife right now? Does your wife happen to be in New York? And the fiance at the time said, yeah, what's good? And they're like, I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm pretty sure I have video evidence, like an actual photo of her kissing Ned from the Try Guys. The fiance was like, give me that proof. Send the receipts. And after the fiance saw the receipts, the fiance unfollowed the girl, the woman, on Instagram, which made the internet kind of side-eye because the internet didn't know yet. But the internet saw that suddenly Ned was not present in some of the videos and that the other girl that he was with, imagine if Try Guys tried cheating. I know, right? The other girl, her fiance had unfollowed her. So, the internet is messy and the internet starts checking around. We're talking about Ned, okay? Because we're talking about monster men, all the monster men that have been out here cheating on their women and their wives, getting ousted into the public, embarrassing women and stuff. We're talking about them. So the internet puts on their FBI hats and starts tracking down all the receipts, all the tea, all the information. And it goes down on Reddit. Okay. This happened on Reddit. Reddit is on it. I need to check and see if anything about me is on Reddit. I need to see. I don't get into any more. I see Seal down there. This is for the SovereignTEA podcast. I'm letting you know. Just letting you know. Okay. So yeah, the Reddit people were on it and it got out. They got the receipts. The receipts were posted and it got out that Ned of the Try Guys, the wife guy, has been cheating on his wife for more than a year. He was actually involved for a year with the producer of his YouTube channel behind everyone's back. The wife guy, the I love my wife guy, was doing this. Now the problem is Ned is this woman's boss. Ned is her boss, okay? He is a CEO, owner of the channel. She is an employee. He was having a year-long relationship with an employee. This has legal ramifications. There's an imbalance of power here. So when his friends found out, they're losing their minds because they're all at risk because they're all involved in the same business. He's putting the entire business at risk. He's putting everybody's bag at risk. The thing is, why are you so stupid to, once again, this goes back to like Crystal's husband, right? We talk about Crystal Stewart. This goes back to her husband. Why are you so stupid as to date somebody that's in the workplace? You're going to cheat, do it outside the workplace. If you're going to cheat, do it with somebody nobody knows. If you're going to cheat, like just be smarter about it, which you shouldn't be cheating in the first place. But this is the dumbest way to do it. Because Ned lost his job. His friends kicked him out of the channel, the Try Guys channel. He's gone. He's no more. They fired him. They had no choice. He opened them up to lawsuits. Do we know what's going to happen to the girl? What is that girl's name? And I know the wife's name is Ariel. I forgot what the cheating girl's name is. But people want to let her off the hook as if she did nothing wrong. And once again, it's the same reason I fault the pageant queens for not speaking out against Crystal's husband. You shouldn't have participated. Or you should have let the other people know there were steps to be taken, but you went. It's not like this was a momentary thing that she felt like she was pressured into. This was a year-long relationship, okay? Not some sort of drunken night at a club. They didn't have like a drunken weekend. They weren't kind of flirtatious behind the scenes. They had a full-blown relationship for a year. So, and the Try Guys went on the spiel about not, the internet is harsher on women than men, which is true. This is true. This woman should not be devoid of scrutiny. She deserves the backlash as well. Ned should get it, absolutely, because he's a liar, he's two-faced, and he put his friends at risk. But this girl is not let off the hook. She made a very Alexandria. It's Alex. You're right. Thank you, Wilson. That's why this is why I love you guys. You guys help me out all the time. Her name is Alexandria. Alex. She has fault in this. She is culpable in this, and there has not been any sort of statement by her. We don't know if she's still employed, but they feel like if they were to fire her, there would be a wrongful termination suit, which I disagree. If I found two employees having relations, you're both fired. Both of you. The employee should have reported it to HR, and obviously the boss, he's putting everybody in jeopardy. Everybody can be gone. Everybody can go. She does not deserve to escape culpability in this. What makes it worse, how could it get any worse, right? What makes it worse is that Alex, the producer that was involved in the cheating scandal with Ned, Alex knows the wife and does a podcast with the wife. She's done videos with the wife. She's not some unknown entity. She knows his wife. This is why the stream is Monster Men. Y'all are out here embarrassing these women. I'm happy Ned is getting dragged. I'm really happy about that. I don't feel bad for him at all. And when I went to his wife's Instagram to check and see if she had put anything out, she did release a statement, we're trying to work through this as a family and give us privacy and all that, PR statement and whatnot. But you know what she did do? Remove the term wife from her bio. It used to be up there. She took it down, as she should. Be petty, sis. I'm sorry. You're not going to be a man out here embarrassing me. You wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. Oh, these men. Oh, these men. See, Amouranth's man, he was smart enough to at least be behind the scenes. He wasn't cheating, but he's abusive. Okay, he's abusive, but he didn't do it out in public. Okay, Amouranth and all her wisdom and glory and queen energy outed him. She outed him, absolutely, as she should. The other two are just stupid. Ned is stupid, and Max, Crystal's husband, is stupid. They got busted messing around with women who are closely connected to their wives and thought that they were somehow going to get away with it. They thought that somehow they were going to get away with it. Like they thought somehow no one was going to find out. Excuse me? This is some of the most excruciating pain you can ever put a woman through. And they did it publicly. I'm never gonna get over how public all of these situations are. To have it splashed all over social media. Do you guys not observe boundaries? Ladies, when you take the steps of choosing a worthy man to integrate into your world, I hope that you take the necessary steps to establish a good line of communication with that man, so that he knows what your boundaries are and what you will and will not tolerate. Lay that out in the beginning. And even if he says, as all men do, all men will say this. They'll be like, I would never do that to you, babe. I will never do that. I would never do it. I'm not that type of guy. I would never, ever, 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 ever. That's not, no. What matters is that you understand I saw a comment. What matters is that they understand where you draw the line. They understand where you're going to start getting upset. Okay. Boundaries. Everybody needs to have boundaries. Ned should have recognized when those boundaries were being overstepped. And honestly, his wife, who is involved in his work and his channel, kind of should have knew. I'm not blaming her whatsoever. Nothing about this is her fault. But boundaries is a good way to keep your relationship safe and healthy and devoid of jealousy or even misunderstandings, because misunderstandings come when two people do not understand each other's boundaries, right? One person may be a little bit more liberal or friendly. One person may be a little bit more guarded. You have to have a happy medium. Otherwise, you end up in the situation really like Crystal Stewart, where she felt like her and her husband had established boundaries. Meanwhile, he's behind the scenes texting women. Regardless, we're back to Crystal at this because this is a good example for boundaries. Regardless of regardless of how he felt about anything or what his boundaries were, it should have been off jump crossing a boundary line for him to be personally sending text messages to competitors. That was automatic, out of bounds. Why do you have the phone numbers of competitors? Why do you have their phone numbers? He never even should have got to the point where he was able to flirt with anybody, because why do you have anybody's phone number and why are you using it? Okay, maybe they submitted it on their paperwork or something. Why is it in your phone? Why are you texting girls? Why? If you're going to send out some messages, send out a mass email, send an official email with receipts. You do it in a professional way. Why are you texting these girls? Right there, he overstepped the boundaries. And the girls that received it, the moment they didn't report that, they crossed the line as well. There are boundaries for a reason. This is why I tell people I am not a jealous woman by any means. I'm not. You guys know I am one of the most unbothered people on the planet. I could give two shits. I really I don't care. But I am territorial. I don't care what you do, but you better respect my boundaries. Because the moment you cross my boundaries, I am vicious. And I know I am. I know, but don't fuck with my boundaries. Sorry. We're on a podcast right now. Do not mess with my boundaries, because to me, that is an inherent sign of disrespect. I told you where the line was. If you look me in my face and cross it, as far as I'm concerned, that's a challenge. That is a direct challenge to me, and game on. Because you guys know, those of you who have seen me and know me, you know, I will play that game. I'm petty AF. I am the sovereign. I have never professed to be a modern queen. I am a medieval sovereign. That's why I have that name. I want you guys to know that I'm about that medieval life. I will have you drawn and quartered, and I will invite all of my friends to come. I believe in the death penalty in my kingdom, and I will have your head chopped off, and then I will let the kingdom play soccer with it. I do not tolerate people messing with my boundaries at all, because it puts myself and my welfare, my mental health, and even this channel in jeopardy. I won't have it. Crystal, being in such a vulnerable position that she is, the moment her husband could have had an inkling of overstepping some boundaries, she should have nipped it in the bud. And that's where she might have, I don't know what she knew. I don't know how much she knew. But maybe then that's maybe a part where she was a little bit culpable, is she let him overstep some boundaries that she should not have. She gave him power that he was not ready for, and she gave him power enough to damage her reputation to the point where she has lost her own kingdom. She was ruling the Miss USA empire up until her husband ruined it for everyone. Boundaries. There was no reason for him to be messaging those girls. There's no reason for those girls to have the vice president's. You're not going to have my man's number. You're not. You're not. You will not. In a professional setting, like let's say I'm with somebody who I trust enough, and I'm like, okay, you are an established part of this channel. You're helping me set, appointments or dates, or you're helping me set things up, podcasts. You're helping me with my schedule, all of that. I cannot think of a reason why a pageant queen would have my man's number, even if he was helping me with the channel. I don't see it happen. Directors, I could see it happening. Like if I was getting, hi mom, mom's in the chat. Directors, maybe. Pageant queens, under no circumstances will you ever have my man's number, because for why? Under no it would be a rare thing for you to even have a full conversation with him if I wasn't present, because where was I and for why? And I told you I have boundaries when it comes to pageant queens, because girls can get catty, and I don't want him getting caught up in something that, he's not going to like or be unprepared for. He's going to be like, all I did was compliment her dress. Meanwhile, this girl done ran and told the entire pageant world that he's got a crush on her because she got one compliment. I'm never going to put a man in that position. Never, ever, ever. Never. I don't know where the boundaries got mixed up between Max and Crystal, but clearly there were lines crossed long before it should ever have. He was much too comfortable with these women. Much too comfortable. Much too comfortable. I would check that off jump. Off jump. I'm sorry. I'm checking you. You look, you can high five a pageant queen, because if it was a close pageant girlfriend of mine, I'm not going to bat an eye if I'm dating someone and he hugs one of my girlfriends or one of my actual friends. Okay. But a woman I don't know, boundary crossed. No, We don't play that. I don't even want the inkling of that could even be misinterpreted as misbehavior. I will not allow it, because I know that when it comes to stuff like that, because I've experienced it, when it comes to cheating, affairs, misbehaving, I'm not nice. I know that. And my brain will start to spiral. I don't like that feeling. It really has a severe impact on my mental health. In order to avoid that, I establish very clear boundaries for protection of us both, including the man, because what you don't want me to do is come after you. I never, ever, ever want to have to question somebody I'm with. I hate that, because that means in this moment, I can't trust you. I don't want to have to question you ever. I should never, I don't question. If I'm with somebody, I'm not about to question you. If I have to question you about anything, you messed up. You messed up. And I'm telling you, women out there, you women listening, if you find yourself having to constantly question a man that you are with, who is this girl? Why is she texting you? You're out with this person. You're doing this. Why did you do this with her? What if you're finding yourself always having to question a man that you are with? You guys do not have clear established boundaries, and somebody's messing up. You need to have a conversation, because either he's not being 100% transparent with what's going on in his world and his life, or he's keeping things from you, or he's not understanding what you consider a boundary. He's not understanding what you consider something that's going to bother you. You need to have a conversation. That's something you handle immediately. If I was, it's the same thing vice versa. If I was in a situation where, I'm with somebody and they're like, okay, well, who's this? Who is this person? Why are you with him? Where are you going? Clearly, I haven't been transparent enough with you. I wasn't telling you what I was doing, where I was going, who I was with. It's not being possessive. It's just being transparent. Why are you not communicating with your partner? You guys are partners for a reason. Why are you not sharing these instances in your life, these other people in your life? Why is there a blockade? Boundaries. Clear boundaries. That's how you nip stuff like this in the bud before it becomes a problem. Before your man ends up on a YouTube video making a fool out of you, before you end up on the New York Post with your man's text messages all spread out and flayed in front of the public, embarrassing you, you address these boundaries before you got half-naked women in his phone. You address that immediately. And that's one thing I'm going to be like, Crystal had to have known something, because Max has been doing this since 2016. 2016. She knew something. She did not check him. She did not check him. She did not put the fear of God in him, because I would have put the fear of God in anybody. Don't ever let me catch an inkling of a nothing of another woman. I don't handle it well. I'm not going to be nice about it. I will call her. I will call the woman. I will call her. Sis, we need to talk. I heard one rumor and I need to put it to bed, because otherwise I want to fight somebody. I'm not doing it. I don't like that type of drama. I don't like, as long as I'm not involved. Okay. I will podcast and dish the tea with all of you about all the pageant stuff, all the nonsense, whatever's going down. I will dish it. But as long as I'm not involved, it will not be my world. My world is very clean, and I do that so that I'm able to engage in the messiness with you guys. If my world's a mess, I don't want to clean up anybody else's mess. Okay. I need my house to be clean. Then I can help you clean yours. Then we can deal with yours. But my mess got to be spotless over here. Okay. My kitchen got to be spotless. It got to smell like bleach, Pine Sol. I keep it squeaky clean, sanitized, hospital style. There will be no problems over here. Nothing but happiness, rainbows, sunshine, and freaking unicorn. Okay. And to round out the Monster Men podcast, we're going to put a courtier to shame today. I forgot to, I didn't want to do it in the beginning of the podcast, but I do need this to live on in infamy, okay? I need this to live on in infamy. I'm being messy, just so you guys know. I'm very honest. When I'm being messy, I will tell you. I'm about to get very messy. I'm about to get very, very messy, because somebody's, you know what? I'm not even going to say somebody. What is this person's name? Hold on. I'm about to open this folder, because I want to know who this, what's your name? Todd Merritt. Todd Merritt. Oh, we're going to be messy today. Todd Merritt decided to get mouthy with me in the comments section of a video. For what reason, I don't even remember, to be honest. He was being shady AF. I remember that. You know what I'm going to do? I have the receipts here, but I'm going to actually pull up the video. Because we are, when I said I was a fan of executions, I was not lying. There will be a public execution today, or at least a public flogging. Let's say there will be a public flogging today. How about that? We're going to flog Todd, because you're going to learn. And this ties back into everything that I'm saying. I hope people know women are not obligated, and this includes pageant queens. Pageant queens, you need to know this too. Women all around, and people, period. People, period. I need you to understand this. You are not obligated to tolerate the abuse of anyone. Ever. At all. I don't care if it's your parents. I don't care if it's your boss. I don't care. You are not obligated to tolerate the abuse of anyone. You know, you find out why I'm saying this. But you need to, how do we, this is the re-upload. For those of you that had audio problems, I do have re-uploads for that. I did figure out what the hell the audio problem was for that stuff. So that was good. How do I get to sort by? Newest first. Where are you at, Todd? Because we are flogging you today. Okay, here's Todd. This was the initial comment by Todd. LOL. All this is so petty and useless info, and your friends are not the brightest to be breaking the law going over 100 miles an hour on motorcycles. He's saying this because in the beginning of my latest video, if you haven't seen the Miss USA drama video, I told the girls to basically stop being crybabies, because if my friends can, be motorcycle riders, they get broke up and they get broken bones and skin rashes and all this stuff. All this stuff happens to them on motorcycles. If my friends can survive this, then you can stop whining about shoes and criticism and things that really don't matter, right? I got friends that are in the hospital and you guys are crying over crowns. It's silly. That's what I put in the video. And he says, your friends are not the brightest to be breaking the law going over 100 miles an hour on motorcycles. I've watched pageants 27 years, probably longer than you've been alive, girls. Girls will be girls, plain and simple. Oh, and Albany wasn't the rightful winner. Nebraska was much more poised and quite simply more beautiful. More beautiful. And not so made up with a ton of makeup like Texas. Sorry, not sorry. So not only did this man pop off and decide to shame unnecessarily my friends, okay, he wanted to pop off and shame Texas in favor of Nebraska, of all people. And the girl is pretty. I haven't heard anyone putting Nebraska on top of the leaderboard for Miss USA. This is the first time I've ever heard such a thing. You're the only person caping for Nebraska, Todd. You're the only one. For real? Are you for real right now? So when I saw this, I was just like, petty and useless. He said this info is petty and useless. Number one, I don't understand why people come to the channel and they're just like, there's people that come to my YouTube channel and they're like, you talk too much. I would like you all to know that is in fact my job. That if you didn't know, I'm a YouTuber. My job is to talk. I think I said it in one of my most recent videos. I'm going to sit here and run my mouth because it's my job. It is my job to run my mouth. That is my job. What am I supposed to do here? Sit here and say nothing? Nothing? Who you think I am? Charlie Gold? I'm so petty. Okay. So he said, LOL, this is so petty and useless info. I said, LOL, as is this comment. It's embarrassing to admit you've been watching pageants this long and you're still this clueless. I don't think I would listen to someone this dim tell me who's bright or not. It's not illegal to go 100 miles an hour in certain places. In fact, there are places set up to encourage it. There's a whole show for it, but your knowledge on this is as poor as your understanding of pageantry, clearly, because who's caping for Nebraska? Are you for real right now? Either way, let me know when you want to come out for some education on either. My friends will happily put on their tracksuits and wave at you at 120 miles an hour, mid-wheelie with the cops cheering them on. I'll do it in an evening gown. Because facts, okay? I don't even know why he decided to go after motorcyclists, because I'm like, a lot of my friends go to the track. They have tracksuits. They go track days. They win trophies for what they do. There's a reason motorcycles are as fast as they are, and there are competitions for that. Why are you so dense? Number two, who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? Who are you think you're talking to? This, sir. And just to let you guys know, okay? I get a lot of comments every day. I do not pop off on all of them. I don't, because nobody matters that much. But every now and then, I will make an example out of somebody, because I need everybody, including the queens, to know I and the pageant queens are not obligated to tolerate your bullshit. I am not obligated to tolerate your abuse or your disrespect. I'm not obligated to be nice to you, especially when you walked up being mean to me. I don't have to. A lot of the time, I brush it off. A lot of the time, I don't pay attention. But every now and then, you're going to get popped in the mouth because who are you talking to? This channel is not a democracy. This is not a public space. This is my court. I control who's allowed to be here, who's allowed to speak, and even what you're allowed to say. If I want to outlaw certain words, I can. If I want to ban you, I can. If I want to block you, I can. If I want to roast you, it is entirely up to me. People sometimes take kindness for weakness. Just because I don't block people, just because I don't ban people, just because I tolerate nonsense doesn't mean I have to. I do that out of kindness, but do not take my kindness for granted. I don't have to do a damn thing. I choose to be kind. I also choose to be distinctly different from the pageant queens because I want other people to understand you do not have to tolerate abuse or disrespect. When people hop into the comment sections of these women and call them fat, ugly, and all this stuff, these women choose to not do anything about it. They choose to let it go. They don't have to, though. And sometimes I think they shouldn't. Because people have gotten too comfortable with the disrespect. People have gotten too entitled to sit here and think that you have the right to disrespect someone and get away scot-free. So Todd Merritt is being made an example of today. And I'm probably going to have to upload this somewhere else too, because I want to make sure it gets back to him. Because when I roast you to your face. And I want you to know that I did it. I'm not two-faced at all. I want you to know I am a medieval sovereign. I choose to be benevolent. I choose to be gracious, but know for a fact that when I get rough and ruthless, I am the best at it. That's one thing I love to hang my crown on that. Of all the people in pageant world, I will tell you this thing. I am the most dangerous one, and I love being that person. I love it. I love being the most dangerous person in pageant world. You know why? Because it gives me the power to protect the queens. Because when the queens come under fire, all I have to do is pop up and defend her. Because anything that I say is going to be 100 times worse than what she said. So I'm going to take the fire, not her. It gives me the power to protect them. I do that all the time. When the queens come out and give criticism or have something to say, usually the way that I have their back is by saying something even more harsh. So that way I get the backlash, not them. I have no problem taking the shots. No problem. That's fine with me. I love it. I love defending the girls. I love protecting the girls and showing them that you don't have to deal with the BS. Todd, you on this BS today. Todd got checked. I was not nice to Todd, guys. I was not, but Todd tried it, and I'm going to show you what set me off. At first, I was going to let it go. After this comment, I was going to let it go. But he had to make it worse. Todd had to come out here and make it worse. Why is it not showing me all the replies? Oh, there they are. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so this is where Todd messed up, you guys. Do you see this right here? Do you see this right here? It says, oh, and also, dear, it's embarrassing because my phone does autocorrect, so it does the IM instead of the EM. Either way, it doesn't matter. He says, it's embarrassing with an EM, not an IM, LOL. Didn't teach that in the hood. Didn't teach you that in the hood, huh? You get what I'm saying? That's what Todd said to me. Todd said, oh, it's an EM, not an IM, LOL. Didn't teach you that in the hood, huh? Basically referencing the fact that I'm black and therefore should be from the hood. The hood. That's why he said that. He's referencing the hood because he's talking to a black woman, implying that I am ghetto and uneducated, which my Twitter has typos all over the place. And even still, it's my kingdom. If I declare that that is the right spelling, legitimately, I could do this. Legitimately, I could do this. On my channel, I can actually ban the word embarrass with an EM and force the entire court to spell it with an IM. I could actually do that. Whatever I decide is law here is law. So the spelling is going to be whatever I say it is, Todd, just so you know. Just so you know, okay? So when Todd did, because that was racist, right? What he said was racist. I said, oh, we're going full racist today. We'll pop off, boo, but come with something more creative than that. I mean, you're coming after the sovereign with minor league baby BS. I expect more. Come hit me where it hurts. You can do it. I believe in you. Because I do. I mean, if you're going to combat me, right? If you're going to try to insult me, please come packing punches. Come packing punches. Because you know, if I decide to come back at you, depending on if I'm getting cuddles or if I'm taking a nap, right? Because you're not that important. You're not that important. But if I decide to slap you in your face, it's not going to be gentle. It's not going to be nice. So if you're going to come for me, one of the most, no, I'm not even going to say, I am the most outspoken person in pageantry, period. I'll own that 100%. You're going to come at me, you better come hitting hard. Because you know how I play. Calling me hood, that's weak sauce. That's weak, baby. You got to do better than that. You got to do better. But if you're going to be racist, that's a whole nother level, because you guys know I do not tolerate racism. I do not tolerate racism at all, ever. I don't. Disrespect and disloyalty, I have told people in my everyday life, those are things that'll severely piss me off. Being racist is 100% disrespectful. And you're doing it in my court. Understanding that I allow it to happen because I allow people to disagree with me. Just because you disagree with me does not mean you're disrespecting me. I've been trying to teach the pageant queens that forever. Just because someone disagrees with you does not mean they're disrespecting you. I have disagreements with people in my Discord over Venezuela all the time. Okay. They all came from me, but it's fine. We can have disagreements. I'm fine with disagreements. I'm trying to show everybody not to be that sensitive, but disrespect is a whole nother level. You gonna call a black woman hood. The only reason you're saying that to me is because I'm black. Because he wouldn't have put that comment to a white woman. He wouldn't have put that comment to a woman that was a Thai woman, a Vietnamese woman. That only applies to a black woman. That's what makes it racist, boo boo. Which is funny because he wants to act like it wasn't. What we're gonna get? Because I'm airing you out, Todd. I'm gonna air you out. I'm gonna air you out today. I'm being petty because you're gonna learn. I am not obligated to tolerate anybody's disrespect at all, ever, for any reason. I'm gonna air you out as much as I want. You know what? My next video, I'm probably gonna air you out again. It doesn't matter. So, Todd says, no shade, dear. And I said nothing racist. Have a blessed day. Look below. And then he put some long-winded, like giant paragraph that I wasn't reading. I wasn't not reading that. I'm not reading that. I'm not. I told him I wasn't reading because it was racist. It 100% was racist. He said no shade. First of all, saying no shade. The original message was shady and disrespectful. So I playfully messed with you back, but I wasn't coming at you. But once you got racist, it was a problem. No shade, dear. And I said nothing racist. Have a blessed day. When a black woman telling you you're doing something racist, you shut the hell up. Shut up. Shut up. So this was my response. And I'm telling you right now, I was not nice about it. And you know what? I need people to stop forcing women to be nice. I need y'all to stop forcing women to be nice. People be like, oh, turn the other cheek. Oh, don't make a big deal out of it. This is what puts women in bad situations where they feel like they have to tolerate abuse. Is because the public at large tells us women have to behave a certain way. We have to be the nice creatures. We have to deal with whatever the crap people give us. And we don't. You guys, like the public at large makes us feel like we have to take the punches. And so women do. They sit there and let people abuse them because they feel like that's the right thing to do, and it's not. So when you guys see me go off on somebody, I'm not doing it just because I'm petty. Yes, I'm petty, but it's not just because of that. I will make an example of that person just to show other women you don't have to. You're not obligated to deal with abuse on any level for any reason. The public, even in America, still has this thought and mindset that women are supposed to be these gentle creatures. You're never supposed to clap back. You're never supposed to be mean. You're never supposed to be rude. You're never supposed to do this. And I'm like, no, I'm not tolerating. I don't have to. You're not going to make me. You're not going to force me. So what I told Todd after he did do this racist post, LOL, nah, it's too late for that. I'm not reading your intellectual BS. Your goose is cooked. You know what you did, and there's no backtracking. It's filed and saved. If you're going to pull race stuff, own it, because now you look not only stupid, but spineless. And of course you are. As spineless as a beached jellyfish. Boneless, like a kid's meal. Trying to step up to me when you clearly have baby gates on your stairs. You're out of your league and in the wrong field, Klansman. Tried throwing a noose around my neck and hung yourself. And I'm going to beat you like the piñata that you are. Pass you around so everybody can get a piece. Racism and disrespect doesn't fly here. And you forget this is my hallowed ground. You will be burned at the stake and buried unceremoniously under my feet so that I can kick you whenever I like. I will tap dance on your bones and with a smile on my face. Better use your words to pray for forgiveness because I won't hear them. I meant that. I did. I will roast you repeatedly, publicly, because I can. Because you were so entitled to think you could come to somebody's channel and disrespect them and nothing would happen to you. You thought nothing would happen. You were so entitled to think, I can do whatever I want. I can kick somebody's door down, call them a bitch to their face. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to touch me. I don't know where you got this entitlement from. I don't know where people at large got this entitlement from to think you can disrespect another human being and walk away unscathed. But on my channel, we will be deading that. I'm not coming after all the trolls because, I mean, I do it for fun. Okay. I do it for fun. But I will be making examples of people periodically. Absolutely. Because I don't want women or anybody to think they have to tolerate anybody's bullshit, any abuse from anyone whatsoever. I don't care who it is. I don't care who you are. I don't care. You're not going to sit here and abuse nobody and think you're just going to walk away. I think not. Did he delete? Oh, no, you didn't, Todd. Oh, no, you didn't. He deleted. Todd deleted his comments, bro. I'm looking at the chain. What is going on here? Chain. Why is the entire chain not here? Todd, did you delete it? No, you didn't. You squirrely little demon devil. I'm sure I still have it saved in my in my email because all comments are saved. Even if you delete them, I have them. I have them, dear. But this is the first time I'm reading this. Todd, he sent me a reply. I deleted it. I did delete one of his comments because I told him silent. You know, I gave him the queenly command. I said, silence. You can speak when I say you can. In the meantime, you sit in the corner in your timeout where you belong. Because I like doing that to people who think they have some sort of authority on my channel. You have nothing. You can't do anything. You speak because I allow you. Are you kidding? Usually I'm not that uppity, but if you're going to challenge me, then babe, I'm going to win. This is my channel. This is the whole point. This is, like I said, not a democracy. This is not a democracy. I'm just a nice queen. I allow people to disagree with me. I allow people to have a voice. I allow it, but I don't have to. It is because I'm kind enough and free enough to do it. I don't have to allow you to do a damn thing, Todd. At all. So Todd, in all his wisdom, decided to say something to me, which here's the comment where I put silence. Because I own my stuff. I was being petty AF. It says silence. You can speak when I say you can. Till then, sit your grown self in timeout. You're an embarrassment to any community that you claim. And I did silence him. He got blocked. I'm going to unblock him because I want him to say something to the stream. Todd, are you here? I'm going to unblock you, boo, because I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to know why you feel like you can freely walk into people's channels and demand anything, spout racist nonsense and think you can walk away unscathed. I just want to know why you're so comfortable to think nothing's going to happen. Explain to me. In fact, is there a way I can click? How do I get back to Todd? I want to make sure that he gets unblocked. I'm not joking. Why is my page malfunctioning? My page is now malfunctioning. I don't know why it's malfunctioning. Oh, there it is. We're going to click on his channel. I'm going to unblock you. You're out of timeout, Todd. How do I unblock him? Might have to do it from my phone. Dang it. I did it from my phone. So I don't know how to unblock him from here. So I have to do it from my phone. But either way, I did delete his his last comment, but I'm going to read it for the first time. So let's see what Todd had to say for himself. First time reading this. At the Sovereign. LOL, too funny. First, I said nothing racist. I didn't even say you were a hood rat. I said, how would you like to be called hood rat? That's not what he said, chat. See, I have, this is why I like having people here with me. Because that's not what Todd said, is it, guys? Guys, you people in the chat. Number one, tell me if that's, I'm going to recheck, but I'm pretty sure that's not what Todd said. Number two, tell me if you thought what he said was racist. Because I feel like it was racist. Where's the newest? Here he is. Todd, right here. There you are. Because he told me, yeah, didn't teach you that in the hood, huh? I felt like that was racist. I'm pretty sure that was racist. But what did he say? He said, I didn't even say you were a hood rat. I said, how would you like to be called a hood rat? That's not what this chat says, Todd. You said, and I quote, LOL, didn't teach you that in the hood, huh? You're a liar, Todd. Todd, you're a liar. You are a liar. So Todd says, first, yeah, I said nothing racist. You did. He says, I'm a gay 41-year-old man. So don't play the poor little old me, I'm black card and mistreated card with me, honey. It won't work. I'm a Democrat and voted for Obama. Bro, Todd. Todd just pulled the I have a black friend, I voted for Obama card, y'all. Are you oh, no, he goddamn didn't. Did you just I need to find where's the window capture? Cuz I need to find a way. How do I can't do it? Oh my god. Can I do a screen capture? Cuz I need you guys to see what the hell I'm looking at right now. I need you to see what I'm, because I don't want anybody to be like, oh, she's making this up. No one would ever post it. This comment is so stupid that I feel like you guys are going to call BS on me if I don't show it to you. I need to show it to you. How do I show it to you? Because this is just not good. Where's my screen capture? Let's do a screen capture then, because this is outrageous. Oh, boom. All right. So how do I have a video capture? Boom. Got it. I got it. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. Oh, there's the comment, because I don't want anybody acting like this is not real. I need you guys to see this. I need you to see it. I need you to see what this person had the nerve. You see, this is real, you guys. LOL, too funny. First, I said nothing racist. I didn't even say you were a hood rat. I said, how would you like to be called a hood rat? All of that is a lie, and I just showed you in the stream. Okay, it's fine. It's whatever. I am a gay 41-year-old man, so don't play the poor little old me, I'm black card, mistreated card with me, honey. It wouldn't work. I'm a Democrat, voted for Obama, and I have met Oprah. I have met Oprah in person, so you can't pull no 1860s slavery BS with me, period. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm reading this for the first time, okay? Because I screenshot it and I was at work. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. I did not know it was this bad. This is so bad. This is bad. Todd, you posted this publicly? Oh, you are stupid. And you posted this on my channel? Oh my God. As for your channel and pageants, you have a pretty good following. Why, thank you, Todd. With 193K subscribers. I don't think you do math well, but okay. But out of 33 million Americans, that isn't fab. I mean, I don't think even Kim Kardashian has that. So, I mean, my grandparents aren't even into YouTube. What does that mean about anything? But I digress. I'm older than you. Is that where the racism comes from, Todd? Is that where the racism comes from? Is that old? Is that why you have that old school racism? Because you giving me that old school, like, Southern racism. That, like, you that's what you're giving me. That's what, yeah. I'm older than you. And I started pageants when I was like 12. I have a passion for them. I know many of the older ones. Well, that explains why you're so damn out of touch. That explains why you're out of touch and racist. You got into pageants back in like the 1960s when black women still weren't like allowed to win. Like you got into pageants before Trump era. That explains why you have no sense of judgment on current matters. This explains a lot. I kind of get it now. I know many of the older ones in great detail. I'm sure with your pageant and motorcycle channel, you do a lot more research on really recent ones. Absolutely. Which once again explains why you're so damn out of touch. All I did in my first statement / opinion was speak my truth. Nah, you was a little shit and you were disrespectful. And then you got racist. See, there are people in the chat that disagree with me all the time. And I love having conversations with them. We change ideas, perspectives. I like having conversations. That's why I'm a YouTuber. I have no problem with disagreements. That's how we learn and grow. You did not do that. You trashed Texas, trashed my friends, literally name called both people, and then supported none of your arguments with facts. Only sent a clapback that was racist, and then justified the racist comment by saying, I voted for Obama. That is the line of logic that I'm dealing with right now. Sometimes I struggle to be a YouTuber. Sometimes like being a YouTuber is not easy. For those of you who are like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. No, don't do it. The pay sucks. The hours are terrible. And then you got to deal with this. You got to deal with this. Look at what I'm looking at right now. He said I met Oprah, you guys. I met Oprah. What what? He said I shook the hand of a black person, therefore I can't be racist. Please don't. How long have you been following me? I can't. This is not even the end of it. Let's see. You do a lot more research on the recent pageants. My very first statement was state my statement or opinion. I spoke my truth. And as a content creator, we, the public, pay your salary. So don't get bent out of shape. I hate it. Why? Okay, look, I'm going to put you going to learn today. You going to learn today. You, the public, don't pay shit. Not a damn thing. The only people that can tout I pay for anything are the people on Patreon, which is why you guys are special. The public at large, y'all are okay. I'm not trying to roast anybody. It's going to sound like I'm roasting. Okay, let's direct this at Todd specifically. You're a freeloader on my channel. All right. Adidas pays me. Nike pays me. The makeup companies pay me. Whoever's running ads on my channel is paying me. When I get money, the check comes from Google. And just so you know, I'm not one of those YouTubers that makes like several grand a month, if that's what you thought. And even if I was doing it, that's from stuff that I did. That has nothing to do with you. You didn't put no work. Who are you? You didn't put no work here. You didn't do anything. You sat in your chair and ate Fritos, chips, snacks, some chicken, a salad. What the shit did you do to be laying claim? He sounds like Amouranth's husband who's over here. Well, I did the work. You didn't do a damn thing. You didn't do nothing. You know what you gonna put in your work today though, since you want to be a part of my checks so much. I'm gonna make money off of you today. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure I post this all over the place, Todd. You want to claim you contribute to my checks, I'm gonna use you. I'm going to use you in multiple videos all over the channel. I'm going to use the hell out of you since you contribute so much. You going to pay your dues today. You don't pay a damn thing. The public doesn't pay nothing. Nothing. In fact, if I were to focus on different people, I would make more money. Did you know that? See, this is what pisses me off, because a lot of people seem to think, specifically me, they think that I sit here and talk about pageantry because it pays me big bucks. I want you guys to know that I lose a lot of money by entertaining the pageant community, specifically the Asian countries. I want you to know this. I am losing money. I would make more money. YouTube would pay me more if I were to never talk about pageantry again. Did you know that? Not only that, the biggest pageantry country, Philippines. Sorry, Philippines. YouTube don't like you. They don't like you. They want me to talk about American stuff, the stuff that pulls in an American audience. The Americans are worth a little over $7 sometimes. You know what the Philippines is worth? 98 cents per 1,000 views. The Americans are literally worth 7 times more than damn near everybody else on the channel. And yet I sit here and choose to cater to the community that pays me less. I get less for talking to you. I get a lot less for talking to you. Because it's never been about the money. It was never about the money. You go back to the beginning of my channel. The videos are still there. I didn't take anything down. I told you why I was here. It was the community. I didn't have friends. I don't care if I have 100 people or 1,000 people or 10,000 people or 100,000 people. I thought I was going to have like 50, to be totally honest. I was sitting here running my mouth when we had 300 people. It doesn't matter how much money I make or how many subscribers I have, because when I had nothing, I was still here. You don't pay nothing. He said, don't get bent out of shape and call your viewers dim-witted. I'm calling you dim-witted. You are the odd man out. Don't drag the court into this. Do not drag Wilson into this. Do not drag, Andrew into this. Don't drag Stefan into this. Don't drag Amy. Don't drag nothing. Raymond, nobody. Who else? Look, I'm looking in the chat right now. I'm gonna go back. Don't drag Spotlight Stealer into this. Don't drag Venus into this. Don't drag Giovanni into this. Don't drag them into none of this. It's you. I didn't say they were dim-witted, because they're not. Because they're in the comment section right now calling you out on your racism and your bullshit, and the fact that you're over here saying I had a black friend or something. Is that what he said? I met Oprah. That's what he said. I met Oprah and voted for Obama. Therefore, I'm not racist. He said, don't get out of shape and call your viewers dim-witted. I have never done that. Never. I respect my court a lot. You know why? Because I chose them. If I didn't like them, I would block them. I chose them. I like them. I have created a community for them. The Discord is for them. I hardly ever run the Discord. I'm in the Discord and I do a few admin activities in the Discord, but for the most part, I give it to the kingdom. Everything I do is for them. I ask them what videos they want. I ask them what they want to talk about. I give them a voice. I do live streams with them and for them. It's all for them. You're the dim-witted one, Todd. You are the odd man out. I have no problem getting on live. I will stand by my words. I'll get on live and call you out your name. Since you want to be racist, I don't mind. And you are dim-witted. You stupid racist and dim-witted and dumb. Stupid racist, dim-witted and dumb. I'm getting on my phone right now so that I can make sure that you are no longer blocked. Because if you want to pop off in the chat, I want you to be available to do that. I am an equal opportunity. I will say whatever I need to say, and I'll say it to your face, Todd. To your face. Just give me a second because I got to figure out what video you done hid in so that I could get to you. Because I do not want you to be blocked. I want you to have a voice. I want you to hear me when I call you dim-witted. Oh, there he is. There he is. I'm gonna go to his channel. Let's see. Unblock user. Unblock. There it is. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says user has been unblocked. I want you to know you have been unblocked, Todd. Pop off. I want to hear what you got to say. I mean, we're not even done with this dumbass statement. Pay your salary. I don't even get a salary. Shut the hell up, Todd. It doesn't even matter how much I would be making. It doesn't even matter how much I would be making. Because you know what? I don't know where people get off thinking that they contribute to anything. Unless you're a member of the Patreon, you don't contribute to nothing. You know how much work and time it takes to be a YouTuber, to be a streamer, how exhausting it is, how much setup time. Do you know how much this equipment costs? You know how much this microphone costs? The setup that I have, the amount of makeup that I have, you didn't contribute to nothing. It takes me 3 hours just to prep, to get on an actual YouTube video camera. That's just like the hair and makeup, okay? That's not the lighting and audio testing. That's definitely not the editing process. You don't help in any of that, Todd. You don't pay shit. Don't ever say, oh, the public pays. No, those YouTubers, those streamers, they damn well earn what they make. They put in a lot more time than you will ever fathom or realize. And if you knew how much time our dumbasses were putting in behind the scenes, you all would call us stupid. It is not worth it. I do it for the love of the game. I do it for the love of roasting Todd. That's why I do it. Hong says, as an LGBT gay guy, I understand what Todd means when he refers to you as hood. He referred to me as hood as to imply I was intelligent for an automatic phone typo. That is racist. He wasn't doing it out of like friendliness. Like when I call my motorcycle friends, girls, bitches, like, what's up, bitch? Or like, my bitches are going out tonight or something like that. He wasn't doing that. He implied that I was uneducated. That's why he said hood. That was not a friendly conversation. We do not have a friendly dynamic. That was not a friendly exchange. He meant it and the way that he said it. He said your viewers are dim-witted when I'm clearly not, hun. You are. In fact, you've clearly, number one, you got my subscriber count drastically wrong. Drastically wrong. Okay. So there's that. Then you said you can't be racist because you voted for Obama and met Oprah. You are dim-witted. You're beyond dim-witted. You're an actual like idiot. You're an actual moron. And I'm saying you're not even just an actual moron for saying this. You're a moron for posting it publicly and thinking one of the pettiest people in pageantry isn't going to air you out like the dirty socks that you are. That was the moronic behavior. The moronic behavior was to post this in a public chat for other people to see. It'd be one thing if you said it to me in the DMs, because then I have kind of an inkling to keep it private. But you posted it publicly with your full chest, like you weren't going to get roasted. You actually had faith that you were doing something with this comment. That's the thing. You thought you were doing something. He thought this was a dunk. He said, I voted for Obama. Dunk on you. I'm not racist. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. And we need to stop placating people. We need to tell people to their face when they're being an idiot so that they can fix it. Otherwise, idiots go around in the world thinking that they're smart. I'm gonna start telling people the truth so that we can fix the problem. You're an actual moron. What is it? I pay your salary. You don't pay for nothing. Anyways, he said, I'm not, hun. Anyways, no shade, really. And I like your super sass, but I do kind of watch your comments. Some gay bitches like me might not be so nice and report you. Peace out. Bitch, I've been getting reported for years. For years. Who do you think you are? Who? I'm sorry, gay community, because you know I love you. But the sassiest bitches online, period, like in the internet world, is Kiwi Farms. It's Kiwi Farms. Who do you think you don't have nothing on Kiwi Farms? I need Todd to sit the hell down, because he's acting like, oh, he got power or something. The pettiest, most mean people on the internet, period, is Kiwi Farms. And I made a whole roast video on them. So what makes you think you're different? What makes you think you're special or immune? What makes you think that I will not dice and slice you and put you over my salad? What makes you think you're safe? Honestly, what makes you think the gay community is about to back up your nonsense? Because one thing I do know about the gay community is they're not about to tolerate racism, boo. They're not going to tolerate. There's too many black gay people. Too many. The black people have too much influence in the gay community for the gay community to be tolerating racism. And that's not to say that there isn't racism in the gay community, but it is, look. No. He said some gay bitches like me might not be so nice and report you. Do you know? It's like he doesn't know me. Do you not know who I am? He said they might not be. I don't give a damn if somebody's nice to me or not. We've been talking about this forever. I keep telling the girls this. What do you give a damn if somebody's nice to you or not? I wish, you know what, Todd? Show up. Pull up. I want you to pull up with a gang. Gang. Pull up on my channel with a gang of bitchy gay people. I want you to. Because I'm going to show you what happens. It's going to be me versus all your bitchy gay people. And we'll see who wins. I'm down for a fight. Like, if that's what it takes for you to learn, then I'm down. Let's go. Because you're going to learn that some people truly do not care. I don't care. I got into a fight with an entire internet form of website bitchy mean people, hardcore racists. Kiwi Farms is the most well-known evil platform on the entire internet. Okay? I've been into scuffles with them, and I'm still here. And they did. They went out of their way to report me. I've never had a problem from YouTube. Never. I know where the line is. I know where the boundaries are. I don't cross any. And you know what? YouTube loves it when I roast people because it pulls in viewership. They pay me more when I roast you. So please, bring me more cannon fodder. Please, bring me more fresh meat. I will put them into my little meat grinder and just grind you all out to some nice tacos. He said, peace out. Peace out. He might not be so nice. Report me, Todd. I want you to report me 5 times. I want you to make fake accounts and report me. I want you to make 10 fake accounts and report me. I'm going to tell you right now. What do you think your little, I have like 94,000 subscribers, and you think you and your little friends going to report me and it's going to be a problem when I have no strikes on my channel? Fucking get the hell out of here, Todd. I'm going to roast him in multiple videos, just so you guys know. Because you're going to learn. You don't get to abuse people. You don't get to disrespect people, and they don't have to tolerate it. I'm not going to. You're going to learn. Because this is, as much as this is a fun channel, this is also an educational channel. We all sit here and learn together. So Todd is going to be a tool that I use to teach. And for that, Todd, I thank you. I thank you. This comment is glorious in its stupidity. And I appreciate the fact that I have it. I had no idea what I was screenshotting when I actually screenshotted it. My God, this is glorious. Every time I talk about racism, I'm going to use this comment. Every time we have a discussion about racism, I'm going to use this comment because he said, I met Oprah. I'm not racist. I voted for Obama. I'm not racist. I'm a 41-year-old gay man. So don't play. What does being gay have to do with anything? You have disgraced the gay community. Gay people, by the way, I am apologizing on behalf of Todd because I know y'all do. You guys are bitchy and sassy too, which I love you for it. Okay, that's why I'm friends with y'all. You guys are great. You guys are great, and I understand why this might piss you off because Todd kind of threw you guys under the bus. He said some gay bitches like me might not be so nice and report you. The gay bitches like you are in the winner circle. They're just smarter than you, and they're actually courtiers in the kingdom. They have chairs. They've been here. The bitchy gay people are here, sitting with me, sipping tea and dishing the shade. They're in the comment section, just so you know. I don't know why you thought. Do you think I have no gay friends? Because the majority of my channel is men, and I'm pretty sure it's because they're gay. Yeah, this is what I've been going through. So Todd is going to round out the Monster Men podcast of just shitty men. Just shitty men. Just shitty men that are just running their mouth and just doing things and posting stuff that they shouldn't. You got Crystal Stewart over here, Crystal Stewart's husband over here, sending ladies his naked body and messages and emails. You got Todd over here making a fool out of himself. You got Amouranth's man going off on camera. You got Ned Fulmer embarrassing his wife and dating his producer. Just monster men, just wreaking havoc all over the internet. And collectively, we're tired of your bullshit and your nonsense. And I hope you all get kicked out of wherever you're at, so that the people that have been tolerating your presence no longer have to. Truly, I hope the people that have been tolerating your guys' presence get away from you. You guys are terrible people, all of you, every single one of you. I feel so bad for Crystal. Air hugs, for real. That is like I don't know, that I can't imagine how poor, how bad, how awful that woman must feel. This comment is gloriously stupid. This is honestly like one of my most prized comments. This is going, I'm making a folder of some of my most prized comments. This is going right up there with the person that called me pig face. And then I responded with like a super cute, like teacup pig in a tutu. But yes, I do want to make a review of MGI, because I know they did swimwear and they know they've been doing things, but also I still have to do another Crown of Shade video, which is why I wanted to do a lot of this in the podcast and on live, because I'm just tired of shading people. Like, I know people think I just like doing it. I want to be happy. And people keep doing stupid stuff just for future tea. MGI, one of the women sat down in front of Nawat and the other judges during interview and confessed that Nawat apparently told her director that she had to lose weight. And then she went about losing, she's already skinny, okay? But she went about losing weight as directed by her director and Nawat by taking tissue paper and dipping it in like orange juice and then eating the tissue paper in order to lose weight. She's been eating, that's what she's been doing to lose weight. She said that to Nawat's face on camera, and it's on YouTube. Nawat's getting shaded for that. That is gross. This is why I speak out so much about body diversity and stuff, because it's like they encourage stuff like that, and that's gross. I did not like hearing that. I don't like that. And this is not the first time that we've heard of MGI body shaming and body bashing and telling girls that they got to lose weight. I'm done. I don't like it. So there likely will have to be another Crown of Shade video, and not because I feel like I want to. It's because I feel like I have to. MGI is just too vain. They're too vain, and they are putting girls at risk, and I don't like it. I cannot be okay with that. I can't, like, in my soul, even in my mind, if I'm like, oh, just don't do the video, like, MGI is just going to keep doing that. They're going to keep doing this to girls. They're going to keep encouraging this bad behavior. They're going to keep, I'm tired of it. I like MGI, like the performance and the girls, but the way that pageant is being run, they're pissing me off. They're super pissing me off, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I understand why a lot of fans get upset with them. I understand why a lot of fans drag that pageant. That is not okay. I'm sick of the whole body crap. I'm tired of it. I'm super tired of it. So I want to talk about MGI in a good way, but I feel like it would be two-faced to just focus on the good things and ignore the bad things like everybody else does. That is inexcusable behavior. I'm not going to excuse it. I can't. I might, like, my spirit, my actual soul would be sick if I did that. So I'm not going to allow it. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I just, MGI prelims is due today. We're not having SS, but sportswear rather. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot for me to talk about. I am likely going to go to a pumpkin patch, or not a pumpkin patch. I'm going to go on to a cornfield maze tomorrow. That'll be fun, you know? And then Patreon people, I have some updates for you guys. I have updates. I can't say anything. I have updates though. And whatever you think the update's going to be, it's not. Maybe I should sit here and do it. This is not the first time Nawat made racist and size comments. I know. That's why I have to address it, because if it goes unaddressed, then it continues. So people always ask me, why do you keep talking about the bad things? Because nobody else does. And if nobody talks about the bad things, then nothing ever changes. You have to speak up. I don't understand why this is so hard for pageant people, of all people, to understand. If you do not speak up, things do not change. So I speak up. And yes, I know it's annoying. I'm annoyed by having to deal with these annoying topics, but I feel like I have no choice. So I have no choice. I gotta speak. I have to. This comment is freaking glorious. I just love it so much. Todd, you are a gift to the he truly is a gift to the deplorable ends of society. Like, there's a lot of stupid people on the internet, but you are a special type of stupid, Todd. Special type of stupid. By the way, Todd, you are unblocked. So if you would ever like to get on live with me, which I highly encourage, whether on Instagram, on YouTube, whatever, let me know. I will be looking for you in my DMs, desperately looking. I would be so grateful for you to talk to me on live. I would love for you to explain your position and thinking. And and specifically, I want you to explain to the gay people. I do. I want to hear what you have to say to the gay people, and I want to see who actually if they actually co-sign you. I have a feeling I know the answer to that, but I give everybody the opportunity to embarrass themselves. So Todd, my channel is open to you because you're special. You're very special. Extremely special. Oh my goodness. The Miss International Queen is transgender beauty pageant. I know that. I know. All right. So I think, is there anything else we need to address? It was like a 3-hour podcast last live stream. I'm real proud of us. We will be discussing more things on the SovereignTEA podcast. Not everything will be live streamed on YouTube because the podcast will be getting a little bit saucy. As if you couldn't tell by this stream, podcast will be a little bit saucy. It will not all be pageantry. So just heads up, we will be talking about some super serious things. Some things will have to do with pageantry. Some things will not have to do with pageantry. Ladies, if you want to get together and dish on the boys, we will be dishing on men. In fact, I'm going to hint you guys right now what we will be talking about. One of the podcasts that I want to do, and it's on an early list, and it's going to be done with Mama Sovereign because of course it will be. She's going to love this. The podcast that I want to do, one of them, because I have a whole list, is what makes men, or a person in general, right? Because we're not all straight, whatever. What makes somebody undateable? So if you guys want to get ahead of the game, start making a list on what you think makes people undateable, and we're all going to have a fun, saucy, sassy podcast about it, and we can debate on all the different traits of undateable people and justify your answers. I'm very excited to see what some of you say about that. I know the gay people are going to be like, oh no, I was going to say the gay people are going to be like, he's straight, so therefore undateable. But y'all love straight men, okay? Y'all be trying to take the straight men all the time. So technically that's not an undateable trait. It's not. But, we'll have some fun. I love having fun outside of people just, me having to drag people. I'll do it. I don't want to do it all the time, though. I just want to have fun with my court and my friends and stuff. I will see you guys in the Discord, by the way. The best beauty besides Miss Universe and Miss Grand International. Well, before I get off here, the pageants that I talk about the most, it's always the same 3. Miss Universe, Miss Grand, Miss Earth. Every now and then I'll throw in some others, but typically I always follow those 3 pageants. Usually that's how it goes. So we will be following Miss Earth. I will be talking about Miss Grand and of course, Miss Universe. So I will see you guys in a future podcast/YouTube video. The podcasts are available on the Anchor or Spotify. Because like I said, everything's not going to be on YouTube. Everything is not transferable. So you guys ask for podcasts so we can have these long, giant discussions. Clearly, I'm able to do that. And imagine somebody commenting on the podcast, you talk too much. Hilarious. On a podcast, though, you talk too much. What is my job, though? I understand people like seeing my face, but my God. All right. I'll see you guys later. You guys have fun. It is 8:30 at nighttime. I'm probably not even going to go to sleep, but I want everybody to just be released, and I don't want this to be too long, which is already 3 hours. My bad. But we had fun, right? Okay. Love you guys. Bye.